Okay. Yeah, well, let's see. Let's, yeah, so I should be live. Hello? Let's, alright, so, yeah, hopefully my live stream doesn't fucking get taken down, and if it does, it won't be YouTube, it'll be my fucking internet going to shit. But hopefully that won't happen, you know, I have pretty high hopes, so, yeah, you know what, dude, I was just thinking, I sort of wanted to make a live stream, and I was like, what the fuck am I gonna... Oh, bro, I forgot, I have some dude, I thought I was out of that. Bro, no. Oh, yeah, I have a little bit left. Okay, I got some tankies left, let's fucking go, dude. Alright, so... Okay, let's see what the fuck this is. Trump drafts war plan for invasion of Mexico. Like, this has to be interesting. Okay, this has to be entertaining. I legit went into Minecraft because I couldn't fucking find any here because Google's fucking gay. But, dude, and I looked up everything. Fucking flag burning, fucking all that shit. But dude, you know what? I had to go into, I had to go into Minecraft to make this epic thumbnail, so I hope this is gonna be good. Either way, let's go.
Yes. Speaking of crime, speaking of war, all that stuff. So there's a report in
my live stream is probably going to, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that, I just realized. My live stream will just immediately fucking,
Speaking of crimes, lawlessness, speaking of crime, speaking of war, all that stuff. So there's a report in Rolling Stone. This is really something. So recently, Crystal, I don't know if you've been noticing this, but there's been a number of instances where Republican politicians, high-ranking officials, have come out and they've said in no uncertain terms that we should wage war against Mexico. I know that sounds insane, but I've covered a number of the instances.
It's fucking poggers. Yeah, so like I've been dude, thanks are amazing. Dude, I've been having this a lot, to like, the talking point is more or less, dude, they care so much about Ukraine's borders, but not our own borders. But this is the country that they're supposed to be taking care of. Like, they forgot which country they're running. Why Ukraine's borders so sacred, but our own borders, oh, no one cares. It's like, did y'all forget which country you're running? And the thing is, Ukraine is getting actually invaded. Like, Russia's actually at war with Ukraine. Like, they have soldiers coming into the country, they're getting bombed, they are at war. That is why their borders are so sacred. Like, we didn't care about their borders before, and, well, we are not at war with Mexico. Like, I'm pretty sure Secular Talk might have covered this. Yeah, the government isn't fucking invading us. Mexico's government is not invading us, and yeah, like this whole thing that's happening at the border, it's like the drug cartels and shit. And sure, Mexico should I think it's fair when Americans say, yeah, this problem, Mexico isn't doing jack shit to solve these problems. Like, if cartels, like in Mexico, started rising in the United States, we would immediately take care of them, we would immediately shut them down. Why can't Mexico be held to the same standards? Like, take your shit down, and since, well, you're not being responsible, you're not doing it, and it's coming over to our fucking country, it's, like, it's hurting citizens in our country, or problems that you're not taking care of, or, like, thrown over to our country, that's when it becomes our problem too. So if you don't fix that, we're gonna have to fix it for you. Like, I sort of get that, but, then the thing that is happening in Mexico, firstly, it is, well, a lot of immigration. People coming out of Mexico into the United States because well, Mexico isn't the best place to live, and these people, maybe they are fleeing the drug cartels. A lot of people, like, that is what they're complaining about. Not necessarily just the drug cartels, but the people fleeing the drug cartels. So, just wanted to put it out there. There's no reason for us to go to war against a country because, oh, they're invading us. If the people invading us, like, they're just refugees. Now, the cartels, it's like, okay, sure, Mexico should, but the thing is, you should be allowed to run whatever fucking business you want, as long as you're not hurting or killing anybody else. And by the way, you selling drugs to people who want to buy them, who are choosing to buy them, that isn't you hurting anyone. Just like you selling fucking fast food, McDonald's, like, they are murderers. They are murdering the animals, which didn't ask for shit. But in terms of the people who are killing themselves by eating fucking McDonald's and shit, getting heart disease, no, like, McDonald's isn't fucking killing any person who chooses to buy their shit. Like, you can refer to that as suicide if someone takes drugs. If you sell drugs to someone and they OD and kill themselves, that's them committing suicide. Like, you have nothing to do with that. Like, that's like saying, oh, well, yeah, drug dealers, let's just give them the death penalty. Okay, well, yeah, if somebody goes and, like, buys bleach from Walmart and fucking drinks it, yeah, I guess the CEO of Walmart has to get the death penalty too now, just to be morally consistent. So it's fucking absurd. This thing at Mexico, I think it's really being overplayed. Like, people are just overusing the talking point of, dude, who even cares about this country anymore? It's not about the other country. It's like this country, and to be fair, they do have a point. The people in this country, they just tell their citizens, oh, you're, like, America, this place is so racist, it's such a shithole. It's like, everybody here is racist when, if you're a Republican, like, if you live in a southern state, you would know that nobody is racist. Like, that literally does not exist. I live in Louisiana. There is no such thing as a racist person. Like, it's like, I've met one person online who was racist. Like, if you if you live in a southern state, you're more likely to have met a flat earther than a racist. Like, that's literally the type of shit that the Democrats like to fearmonger over, which is fucking retarded. But yeah, it is fair, especially when there's people like Tucker Carlson who have every reason to want to point that out. Yeah, look, they don't fucking care about you. Like, they think there's something inherently wrong with you if you live here or were born here. And that's why they keep lecturing you about how your country is not important. Ukraine's borders are so sacred, but yours aren't. And, well, guess what? Not a surprise. They think this country is disgusting and racist. So yeah, they don't care about this country. They only care about other countries because they consider you as filthy. And, well, that is really bad framing. That is just a lot of things being taken out of context. But when you see these people continue on and on with that fucking dog shit talking point of America is racist because you found one clip of someone being racist, especially when that party like, they used the death of actual people like George Floyd, they just weaponized that to start a new fucking cult around it, just a new fucking hatred, just hatred of police officers. Let's do that for views. Like, see, yeah, when they're doing that shit, it's pretty easy to be like, yeah, I'm not gonna listen to anything they're saying. But, like, at the same time, there is context. Like, Ukraine is actually being invaded. Like, if Mexico did anything like what Russia is doing to Ukraine, if Mexico did that to us, yeah, of course we'd go to war with them. But, like, most of the stuff that is happening at our border that people are complaining about, like, that is nothing to do with the government of Mexico. Like, I sort of get the idea of, well, maybe Mexico should start taking care of its fucking country, and you just start taking care of business, and when them not taking care of business, like, just topples over our country, like, yeah, the consequences of that actually, like, have an impact on our citizens, it becomes our problem. But, I mean, like, what are you gonna do about the government? Like, do you think attacking the government of Mexico is going to stop the cartels? Like, how on earth would it do that? I don't get it. So if you want to go to war with the fucking cartels, well, that'd be the least Republican thing to do. You'd pretty much be saying, oh, well, I don't think you should get to sell whatever you want, because I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like what it can do to people. So basically you're saying that voluntary action can amount to exploitation, basically is what you're saying. So basically, you're a communist. That's, so, yeah, if the right wing went and, like, attacked the drug cartels, that'd be the most hilarious fucking thing. Like, them going full fucking communist on
Lindsey
this.
Graham has said it a number of times. I covered it when he said it. Eye Patch McGee, or as his actual name is, Dan Crenshaw, he said it a number of times too. Cover that. I think Vivek Ramaswamy hinted at it as well. I think you had either Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert, maybe both of them at one point or another, said it. And out of nowhere, I'm looking at this like, Jesus, like, why? Where does this come from? And in the case of Vivek, he made the argument to say, like, we shouldn't be helping Ukraine against Russia. Like, why are we looking at, after their borders over there? We need to look after our own border here, and we need to do war against Mexico in order to defeat.
It's like, motherfucker, Biden is more conservative on the border than Trump was. By the way, it's like, I don't even, like, have any of these people actually faced any of these problems from Mexico? It's like, I get, like, inflation, that's the thing, like, you can all see, yeah, you go to the store, your stuff is more expensive, like, you know it's real, but, like, Mexico's invading us, really? Have you seen any of that, like, have you, like, I don't know, you live in the United States, so is Mexico really invading us? I mean, you'd probably see that if they
would. Drug cartels, because the fentanyl is killing our people. By the way, there was just a report, this is totally total side point here, but there was some police officer who was just...
Well, that's the cartels, not the government. Like, they're just being more libertarian, and therefore more right-wing than we fucking are, because they aren't going to have that authoritarian left-wing thing of just shutting down a business, because they don't like what it allows people to do, because, oh well, it allows people to potentially exploit themselves, meaning that, well, the company exploited them because they gave them the opportunity to, yeah, so, yeah, basically when people are buying drugs and then they're, like, dying from the drugs, yeah, that is not somebody else exploiting them. No one forced them to take the drugs. No one forced them to buy the drugs. So if you're going to claim that this is, this voluntary action is leading to exploitation, well, yeah, if people want to exploit themselves, they should have the fucking right to. If people want to sign a bad contract, yeah, everybody should have the right to offer whatever fucking contract, as long as it's not a fucking kid, because their brains aren't developed enough yet. Yeah, if people want to exploit themselves by signing a contract, yeah, they should be allowed to do that, just like they should then be allowed to whine like fucking bitches about how they got exploited, and leave out the part where they are actually the ones exploiting themselves. Nobody else is doing that to them. Because we have the First Amendment, and you should have the right to be a fucking retard, but...
Caught
anyway.
Doing fentanyl trafficking.
And by the way, like, it's actually really surprising. Greg Gutfeld changed my mind on that. I was always, pro-legalization of all drugs, but, like, I always sort of thought fentanyl was just like any other drug. You just buy it, like, I know I won't X amount of fentanyl, but apparently it is more like a poison. Like, that's not how it works. You're not like, hey, I want to buy some fentanyl, bro. Apparently the problem with fentanyl is that it's been cut into drugs, and, like, it's been used as poison. Like, you're going to get poisoned by this. So, the people buying the fentanyl, they don't know that there's fentanyl inside their stuff, and then they get poisoned. So, that is not voluntary. Nobody knows that their stuff's got with fentanyl. Like, if the stuff is, the person who sells it should have to disclaim that. And, well, the person at the top of the chain, the person who was making who knows that the fentanyl is in there, if they don't disclose there was fentanyl in there and someone ends up dying, yeah, I think that person should get the death penalty, of course, because they committed murder. So, yeah, now since fentanyl, it's a drug that is really used as a poison, like, I think it's very fair to say, no, that's a separate issue, and, for the same reason that I think, like that drug that is often used, to commit rape, I think, like, I'm pretty sure there's a drug commonly used for that. Like, it's banned. I'm pretty sure it's not legal. I completely agree with that not being legal, and for the same reason, I think fentanyl can also be an exception, because some things should be banned. You shouldn't be allowed to own fucking nukes. I shouldn't be allowed to have a nuke inside my house. But, yeah. What in the fuck? Can you, like, stop? Jesus fucking Christ. What in the hell is my computer doing? Okay, well, you could go fuck yourself. I don't know what the hell this just did.
Did you know
My
that
computer's
collagen makes
retarded.
up roughly 30% of proteins in your body?
So
making it
let
the
me
most
guess.
abundant
I
protein-
have one
wow.
viewer, and that viewer is myself. Oh, actually, not even that. How do I have an average view duration of... Huh. Well, you know what? Wait, just in case I'm in the wrong channel here, maybe I should let everybody know that I'm live, you know? Maybe that'd help me. I should let everybody know that I'm not. Okay, like the stream. Did. TYT fucking uploaded a video. Okay. Yeah, I am guessing I'm not gonna get fucking any. Yeah, I might just finish watching this, then get off, because yeah, I'm obviously not gonna be getting views right now for some reason.
Are we gonna wage war against the police officers or what? Anyway, so Trump apparently comes out. This is according to Rolling Stone. He asks his advisors for, quote, battle plans to attack Mexico if reelected.
Okay.
And they go on to explain in detail, you know, exactly why and what's going on here, and how it has to do with the drug cartels, and how it has to do with the fentanyl trafficking. And of course, AMLO, the president in Mexico, has said a number of times since all this chatter, like, are you guys insane? Like, no, I don't approve.
Well, maybe, like, I'm sorry, but you have to do a little bit more than that. It's like, if your country's actions are leading to people in a different country getting murdered in masses, your lack of regulation is leading to, like, thousands of foreign country citizens getting fucking murdered because of you being irresponsible. Yeah, I think you sort of owe a bit more than, oh, what, are you insane? No, you should explain why there is nothing you can do about it. You are going to try everything you can to regulate, whatever might be leading to Americans dying. Because if your country is, like, allowing all this shit to happen to another country, at this point, like, who's responsible? Who are you gonna blame? Because Mexico, it's happening in Mexico. It's coming from Mexico, so they sort of have a responsibility. Like, I think it's fair to say either you take care of your own business or we'll take care of it for you. I don't know, if I had had members of my family dying because of like Mexico not taking care of business, I think I would probably see this from a completely different angle.
Prove this. No, we're not like a colony of yours. We're a sovereign nation. Basically like piss off. And he made it sound like I will do a crusade against the Republican Party.
I mean, it depends, because then if your lack of like giving a shit, if you just be like, oh, I'm independent, I want, again, your liberties and your rights end with the rights and liberties of others taught. And yeah, if the way you run your country hurts another country by just killing like hundreds or thousands of its citizens, by like the shit you allow just crossing over the border into like that other country, like at some point that other country should have the right to say, look, either you take care of that business and make sure that stops happening, or we'll take care of it for you. But I mean, I definitely think there's a better way to go around this than just threatening fucking war. Unless you've been trying to talk to them about it and they've been saying, yeah, we don't care, whatever, we'll do whatever we want. Your citizens are dying, not my problem. Like, this is my country, I'm not the one doing this, so... But, in terms of the drug cartels, they should get to do whatever they want. But, yeah, when they're, committing crimes and stuff, like, the government should definitely regulate them and make sure that they are not, what's it called? Make sure that they aren't violent. Like, if these people from the drug cartels start doing all types of insane stuff, like, I don't know, raping people, killing people, just all of that, if they start doing things that are not just doing business, just selling products to whoever wants, they have to have consequences. You need to, like, enforce your regulations on that.
It's all coming from Republicans. He's like, I'll do a crusade against you guys if you guys keep this going. I'll make sure nobody of any sort of Mexican or Hispanic origin ever votes for a Republican ever again. Like, you're really talking about invading your neighbor, and we have so many like trade deals with them. Like, we have so much cooperation between, like, Mexico and Canada are arguably our closest allies, right? I mean, they're on our border.
Yeah.
And talking about, and by the way, hilarious that anybody ever thought for a split second that Donald Trump was anti-war.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, I do think that that's okay. So first of all, obviously, it's insane, outrageous, like just openly floating an illegal war against our neighbor. Total insanity. Apparently, also there was some reporting that he.
By the way, what makes it illegal? Like, the fact that they aren't attacking us, I guess, but again, like, I don't know, let's just try to make a comparison so y'all get where I'm coming from. Okay, so, let's say, what the fuck type of comparison can I make? Dude, let's just say you're, like, in some place, you're, like, I don't know, you're doing some shit, yeah, I don't know, you're at your, like, at the public library, you're at your computer, and you're just doing your work, right? You're just doing your own shit, and the person right next to you, like, I don't know, they just, start blasting fucking music through their headphones, and it's like, you can clearly hear it. Like, that's happened to me a lot of time. I would, like, have music blasting through my headphones, and my headphones would just not really work, and everybody around me could hear it. Like, people would tell me, dude, turn your shit down, and I would do that. I wouldn't be like, bitch, this is my headphone, I could do whatever I want with it. Like, it's not my fault my headphone's broken. Like, either I get new ones, or I fucking turn the music off. Because everybody else shouldn't be fucking disturbed by that. Like, if I can't go buy some new headphones, I just don't play the fucking music. So it's the same thing with that government. Like, if what they're allowing on their soil is going over and like hurting, killing citizens of another country. I mean, I don't think they should have the right to kill any citizens of any country, including their own. Like, if they are doing that, I think it's completely fair to take action against them. But most people disagree. But I mean, like, most people wouldn't disagree here that, like, just like if I have my fucking headphones and I'm blasting music, oh well, my headphones are broken. What do you want me to? I didn't break them; they just broke, and that's why you could sort of hear it. And I don't know, like dude, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna repeat myself. I'm gonna try
He
not to.
asked for, you know, ideas and plans during his last administration that some of his military advisors were like,
"Are you crazy? Yeah,
let's
no,
not
don't do that."
So that's number one. Number two, to your point, I think it shows the limits of any sort of like horseshoe anti-interventionist policy between the left and the right, because they may be Ukraine skeptics, but it's not because they have like a principled anti-interventionist or like pro-peace stance. It's like, no, this is the wrong war. We actually want to have a war with China and Mexico.
Exactly.
That's where our hearts really are. Like, no, we're wasting our...
No, they're just saying, I think what they're saying is, well, since the Democrats want to do that, maybe we should just be more, since they're just trying to, like, trample on our feet, like, they're just giving us the middle finger saying, oh, well, your border, we don't really give a shit about it, but their borders, oh yeah, that's important. I think what they're saying is, well, since you're giving us the middle finger, and you don't care about our borders, and well, Mexico doesn't care, and they're the ones doing this, well, maybe since y'all are going aggressive, y'all are trying to get in a war, well, maybe we should do that too. Just get in the like, maybe they're just trying to put things into perspective. Oh, well, you want to fight a war? Well, how about this one? That's a better war to fight, in their opinion. At least Tucker Carlson was saying that. He was like, yeah, from what I could hear where he said that on the show, he was like, well, if we're gonna do that with Ukraine, we're gonna go to war against Russia with Ukraine, yeah, why aren't we also going to war with Mexico, who's actually attacking us? Which, the government isn't, but I guess indirectly they aren't helping, and them not taking care of their business is leading to people dying here, so... From Tucker's perspective, at least I can understand. Of course, I don't think we should fucking invade Mexico. That's retarded. And it's not gonna help with anything, but I can get where these people are coming from and their frustration towards the Mexican government. Like, imagine if one of your family members had died because of, like, the cartel violence that, like, had come from the border that the Mexican government just oh well, we're none of your fucking business what we do over here. Yeah, I think your perspective on that would probably change drastically.
We're wasting our money and our weapons in Ukraine when we really need to use them to fight drug cartels in Mexico and, you know,
and China, because they're on the rise to be the next superpower, right?
Yes.
Fucking China. That I haven't heard a single person say we should go to war with China. That is the stupidest thing on so many levels. Motherfucker, if we went to war against China, we would all die. Like, they could just be like, well, the fuck? If you're going to attack us, well, bitch, we're not going to trade with you anymore. You know, all this shit that we have that comes from China? Yeah, if we went and attacked them and they were like, oh, well, since this is how you're treating us, we're not going to trade with someone who's fucking trying to attack us. Which would be completely fair. Yeah, we wouldn't have anything coming in. Like, that is just such a dumb strategy. Everybody is saying it, especially Tucker Carlson. He's like, dude, we do not want to have China and Russia against us. Like, we don't want to get on their bad side. So, what I've heard most Republicans say is, we don't want them on our on our bad side, not let's invade them. That'll definitely get them on our bad side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like those are just as devastating, if not more devastating. Yeah.
Worse. China, I mean, you're talking our neighbor and China, which is like a real, rising superpower. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So it just shows you. Listen, last time around in 2016, it was like build the wall. He clearly made that a centerpiece. It was a real touchstone. That sort of lost its juice because number one, he didn't actually really build the wall. Number two, I think everybody sees that was like a silly solution.
Yeah, apparently there was already a fucking wall before Trump built his. Maybe Obama made it. I forgot who the fuck did it, but apparently there was already a wall. I was like, who the fuck cares? You could climb over walls. You could build taller fucking, like Taku said that, by the way. Yeah, you build higher walls, they'll build higher ladders. Like, alright. Like, he was saying that, like, make a counter argument. I forgot what that is. So anyway.
And it goes again to the fact that Republicans love to pretend like these problems are these sort of like individual good versus evil if we just like go after with all our American fire.
Indeed, that is not at all a Republican specific thing. Like, to pretend that everything is black and white, that tends to be more of a left-wing thing. And if you think about it, that makes sense, because the right is the party of fact over feeling, and the left is the party of, well, let's just maximize well-being. Doesn't matter oh, well, this is wrong, we have to fix it. Oh, we can't fix it? Well, that's racist, we have to fix it. Doesn't matter. Like, things have to be this way, because this is the right way for things to be, and, well, yeah, it's disgusting. If you don't want, I don't know, taxes, 90% tax rate, if you don't want to pretty much be enslaved by your own government, that's disgusting, bro. So, yeah, it would make sense that the left would try more to paint everything as black and white, and they usually do that more.
Power, the bad guy, that it's going to solve the problem. There is no solving the drug epidemic in America without
decriminalizing. To be fair, Tucker Carlson does of the time try to paint things as black and white, but that's because he tries to keep a simplistic worldview. That's also nice when you're fucking like news host, because the simpler things are, the easier it'll be for people to follow. And yeah, when you get down to like the essentials, you could sort of break things down if you don't go too far into it. And this is bad, this is, but not a specific, not a right-wing specific issue, like at all. So now I have one view. I am very much guessing that this is myself. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, well. I'm probably just gonna watch this video.
Criminalizing and without ending the war on drugs, because that is really what gives these cartels their power. We've been doing interdiction in this country and trying to stop the supply for how many, like 100 years, and it does not work. So coming in with your G.I. Joe and like blowing up a cartel is not going to solve the problem either.
Yeah, like that's not going to get applause lines at a Donald Trump rally if he goes on some wonky, side tangent talking about, and let me tell you folks, why safe injection.
I don't know, I feel like if you brought the army in to the drug cartels and just, like, you identified everyone who was a cartel member, like, the army went in there, and they just fucking shot everybody who was a member of the cartel, that'd be sort of like committing a Holocaust, basically, but it would work.
Injection sites are actually very good for society. Let me tell you, folks, rehab is a wonderful thing. We love our people going to rehab, don't we, folks? Like, this is not something, doesn't get the applause line. It's not the, yeah, I'm a tough guy.
Mexico have rehab? Mexico has rehabs? Like, those exist in that fucking country? Nah, they're like really third world. I don't think they can afford to have rehab centers.
Republican type thing. And so what you're left with is this, like, maybe we should invade our neighbor. Maybe we should invade our neighbor. It's terrifying, man, because I mean, Jesus.
No, it's not, because it's not gonna happen, because these people are morons and they aren't gonna get elected.
You get the sense, like, it is, war truly is deeply bipartisan. It's just different targets. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just different targets.
Who's the bad guy country? Who do we want to spend?
Now,
you know, who do we want to prop up the military-industrial complex and send them trillions more dollars to go and fight?
I mean, in some ways, credit to Biden, right? Because he massively, massively reduced the drone war. He pulled the troops on the ground out of Afghanistan, but we're still in Iraq. And he ripped up the Iranian nuclear agreement when he said he was going to jump right back in it. So even with a president who's nominally more interventionist than the others, it's like, you're still messing up very, very basic things.
And blocked any ability to get to a peace deal in Ukraine, even as difficult as that, may be at this moment. But, when China even floated the idea of a ceasefire,
they mocked
suddenly our idea of like, oh, whatever Ukraine wants to do was.
Wait, like, isn't that what Tucker Carlson has been saying this whole time? That the Biden administration blocked a peace agreement from being signed between Russia and Ukraine. So yeah, this actually was the Democratic Party's fault, that Russia invaded Ukraine. So yeah, like, apparently that's not just Tucker Carlson saying it. Apparently the left is agreeing with that now. Yeah, so I've heard that from Tucker Carlson. I didn't know if all the context was in, but well, now it's pretty much valid. So I gotta ask, why did that happen? Why did we like stop a peace negotiation treaty or whatever from being made between Ukraine and Russia? Like, Russia said, if Ukraine doesn't join NATO, which they weren't about to apparently anyway, yeah, we're not going to attack Ukraine, we're going to stop the invasion overnight. And the United States would not have it. Like, the Democratic Party was like, no, not even up for that, out of the question that we stop the Ukraine invasion, out of the question that Ukraine not join NATO. We are absolutely not going to have this war end in Ukraine. Like, why would the Democratic Party do that? Aren't they in favor of helping Ukraine? Why did they why did they block efforts to end the war? Like, why is the Democratic Party against a peace negotiation, a peace treaty, 10-1? And of course, that is not all Democrats. I'm not generalizing them, but it seems that, well, since they're sort of saying Republicans, well, here the Democratic Party, like, it's coming from the left. So why are Democratic Party officials doing that? Why did Joe Biden refuse to have Russia stop invading Ukraine? Why? I don't know. That is a big fuck up to say. No, Russia to have Russia stop invading Ukraine. No, I'm not gonna have that. Russia better keep invading Ukraine. Like, oh, I could do something to have a ceasefire. Out of the question. Why would you do that if you want to help Ukraine? And us staying at war, Russia continuing to be at war with Ukraine isn't going to help us because we keep having to fund a lot of weapons to them. So why on earth would the Democratic Party officials be against a ceasefire? I don't get that.
It was out the window. And
That's just insane.
Right, exactly. So it's just, you're getting different factions of a pro-war approach, and you just have some instances where it seems more insane than other instances. It's so funny because he spends a lot of the time on the campaign trail. I would end the Ukraine-Russia conflict in one day. 24 hours, I'd end it. No World War III. No World War III.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's just a matter of, pressuring Ukraine, saying, hey, dude, just do not join NATO. You have had probably thousands and thousands of your people die because you disagreed to just not join NATO. Like, is you potentially joining NATO, which probably won't. Is that worth you getting invaded by Russia? Probably not, right? So yeah, if you just have to do that to end the war, yeah, and I think Joe Biden should do that.
Anyway, we should invade Mexico.
Let's have World War III.
What are you?
Yeah, somewhere else on the planet.
Yeah, China. Got to go after China. Got to go after Mexico.
I wonder what portion of Republicans are in favor of invading Mexico.
Oh, World War III. It's like, Jesus, man.
Just throwing that out.
It really makes me feel like we live in some fiction-based thing.
Oh, yeah, dude. If you go online, there's crazy people out there saying crazy things like that. Maybe don't go look for the most wacko shit.
Like
it feels increasingly
to be
surreal.
fair, yeah, this is like this invade Mexico thing. It got a lot more attention than I ever thought that type of shit would get.
Yeah, it also
really
makes me want to move
It's
elsewhere.
fucking insane.
You know?
There is that as well.
Oh
Anyway.
no.
Anyway, let's get to our guest, Stephen Donziger. Always great to talk to him.
Yeah,
I want to talk to him about his case.
Wait, bro. These khakis fucking fire, bro. My nose is rocking. Yeah. Yeah, let me go and wash my hands real quick. Yes, I'd much rather live in the United States than any other fucking country. At least the United States is like, it's more capitalist than, say, fucking France, where I come from. I'm pretty sure the tax rate over there is like almost fucking communist level. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I'd much rather live in the United States, to be honest. Like, there are some downsides, like not having free healthcare, but at least we have a colorblind meritocracy. And if you ever want to start a business, like people say, oh yeah, the Republican Party, it's all about like they don't actually work on helping the average person. It's all this fantasy of like getting up there to the top, which you will never get to, and just well, if you get up there to the top, your rights will be protected, but you will never get up there, so you're just living in a fantasy and just sort of like investing in something that'll never happen. No. This is one of the biggest reasons why communism is just such a horrible idea, because like people like to dream. The American dream means something to us, and yeah, we should absolutely strive to make it up there. Like, oh well, you'll just stay average your whole. Well, what type of fucking life even is that, by the way? But yeah, I'd rather live in a country where I can like where I can dream and hope to become somebody one day of actual value with what's it called, with a legacy to my name, hopefully with a big business and stuff. I'd rather live in a country where I know I can have the opportunity to like grow something big and meaningful, and not automatically as a result of that just become a slave to the government. Just have the government just absolutely crack down on all of my stuff. Just tell me exactly how I am able to run my own business. Yeah, I'd rather live in a country where I can hope to one day get a fucking business and not have to have authoritarian standards that I need to abide by if I ever happen to want to run my business, right? I said that like a fucking dude. I'm so high.
Supreme Court, but
I
also
should
the
smoke
utter
some more
betrayal,
weed.
especially in recent weeks and months of
Let's do
Joe
that.
Biden on any sort of climate promises that he made during the campaign. So let's get to it.
Hey y'all, do me a favor.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's the thing of Yeah, apparently, you know how Joe Biden promised not to drill on our soil? Apparently he's doing it now, and dude, as much as global warming is definitely real, it's a real threat, and yeah, the world could fucking end over it. That is true. That is scientifically proven. We know how this works already. So yeah, but at the same time, this thing of, oh well, let's not draw on our own soil. Like, this isn't a global warming denialist position, but that's just retarded because we're still consuming oil. Like, we haven't transitioned to a just green fucking, like, no, this oil that we're refusing to drill, it's not that we're refusing to drill it because we don't use fossil fuels. We don't. No, instead of getting it ourselves, we're just wasting money to get it imported from somewhere else. Well, guess what? That oil could be drilled somewhere else, and we can be paying for it, or that oil can be drilled here, and we cannot be paying for it. So either way, it's being fucking drilled. Where it is drilled, like, the location of the drilling on the planet doesn't matter because global warming is universal. So whether I drill in one place in the United States or whether I drill in fucking, let's say, Afghanistan or whatever, it's like the greenhouse gas emissions are the same, and they will have the same impact on global warming. So choosing, oh well, since we don't like global warming, we're just gonna go somewhere else. Like, we're just gonna have these places where, like, oh well, these are no drilling places, such as the places where that we own, the places where yeah, if we drill there, we actually aren't gonna have to pay for it. If you don't reduce the amount of drilling that is happening overall, if you're just like, well, let's drill somewhere else, like that doesn't that doesn't help with global warming. That's just, it doesn't do anything. Don't know who that is, and Sam Cedar's a fucking asshole. Racism? UFOs? What in the fuck? Racism, UFOs, and cultural appropriation with Neil deGrasse Tyson. This sounds like multiple layers of fucking cancer, but
So, no offense, but if you
I
think
sorta
that
gotta
investing in
see
real
what the
estate is
fuck
the best
this
way
is.
to earn an extra income,
no idea what the fuck real estate is, but yeah, bro. This guy sorta looks like Sam
you got it
Cedar.
all wrong.
County governments send me a check.
Dude, I love how these people, they never like, oh well, you should be trading. No, they're like, oh, this whole new thing. And yeah, all of it, in case you are curious, let me click here, okay? Free video. It's like, you can fucking tell that this is a scam. Like, this is so obviously a scam. Okay, let's send me the video. I was like, dude, nobody has ever claimed to have become millionaires or whatever over this type of shit. Everybody knows it's a scam, but YouTube still wants it. But then if you say fuck in the comment section of a video, even if that's your own video, that gets taken down. Like, there's no going back and forth. No. You just, that's not okay. Like, yeah, YouTube's fucking retarded.
Like this one.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not an unemployment check. It's called a tax yield payout. This investment...
Yeah, tax yield payout. That's like 2 words on fucking...
The track you just heard is an excerpt from my brand new album, Amor Fati. You may remember the music videos I put out last year, Blasphemy, Straight A's, and Forward. This new album features all 3 of those singles, plus 7 brand new songs.
Dude, anybody who thinks cultural appropriation is a bad thing is just a fucking moron, by the way. I think we probably have, let me see. I think we should just go ahead and react to this video. This was one of the best videos. Like that, gender neutral pronouns. Dude, this is why this guy is just a legend. Dude, this video is so good.
Because of your culture? Why?
Now, I actually had other plans for today, but this video just randomly popped up on my Facebook, and it triggered the shit out of me. Cultural appropriation is just one of those things I can't fucking handle. There's other stupid shit like gender-neutral pronouns. It's stupid, but I can sympathize with these people somewhat. I understand where they're coming from. Feminism, yeah, it's complete fucking garbage, but not every feminist is a man-hating bitch. Shit like the wage gap doesn't exist, but there are people who identify as feminist, and they are actually well-meaning. But
I love how people will still pretend that there's a wage gap when that is by definition illegal. Like, you don't find it, it's that simple. That's like saying, oh, well, like, there's so much institutional racism going on. Well, by definition of the word institutional racism, if your statement was true, by definition, it wouldn't be true because those people committing that would be in fucking jail. So, yeah, when you're saying, like, oh, well, there's institutional racism in the United States today, what you're really saying is, well, I could just put my money where my mouth is and get, like, become a millionaire overnight, but I'm too lazy to do that because, I don't know, like, suing these people with a court case that, like, the easiest court case ever that I could win, yeah, I'm just too lazy to sue these people for breaking a very, like a very fundamental constitutional amendment. Like, yeah, you're not allowed to discriminate against someone on the basis of race, on the basis of male or female. Like, you can't pay them more or less, or hire them or fire them based on that. Like, that is illegal. So things like a wage gap, they can't exist. That's like complaining about slavery in the United States happening in 2023. Well, it doesn't happen because that's illegal. It's like, if companies were, if you could measure a wage gap, well, like, any people contributing to it, like, they would get sued. And you'd have a lot of money to sue them
cultural
for.
appropriation
So they
just
wouldn't do that.
irretrievably fucking stupid. It's racism, and it's racism disguised as anti-racism, but what it's really code for is...
like, yeah, the Democratic Party pretty much just rebranded the word racism to mean colorblindness. So, and people on the left, like, some of them, at least the people who are, well, like, that's a great frame, by the way. Like, the people who I will argue with in the comments sections, yeah, a lot of them will just straight out say the talking points that that CNN isn't willing to say out loud. Yeah, colorblindness is racism. So, when the definition of racism is not colorblind, and you rebrand the definition of a word to mean the exact opposite of what it means, like, it's pretty clear what you're doing.
If you're white, you're not allowed to do it. Now, for those of you unfamiliar
Justin
with the
Bieber dreadlocks? The fuck? Dude, I'm not gonna see that. Okay, actually, I don't care, so I'm, yeah, already done.
Appropriation, it's the adoption or use of elements of one culture by members of another culture. And to normal, rational thinking...
Yeah, it's like, who the fuck cares? How is that even a bad thing anyway? And it's like, who gets to say this is my culture? So is being black a culture now? Because, yeah, if being black is a culture, well, that makes discrimination against a certain culture. That's very different from discriminating against someone for their race. Someone's culture can be bad. Like, it's in certain people's cultures to have ritualistic sacrifice. So if you're going to say that a race is actually a culture, well, then it becomes justifiable to discriminate against a certain race, because discriminating against a certain culture isn't the same thing. You can dislike someone's culture, that's justified. But
civilized human
yeah,
beings,
they aren't helping their
that
case
sounds
here.
like a good thing. Everyone does it all the time, constantly, to everyone's benefit. The music you listen to, the TV shows you watch, the clothes you wear, the books you read, the sports you play, the technology you use. It's all being appropriated from various different cultures around the world, and it helps us learn, share, create new things. It drives social and scientific progress. The only bad thing that's ever come from cultural appropriation is weeaboos.
Oh my fucking god.
Today, I am going to be unboxing a package from Samurai Baya.
Dude, I'm pretty sure he played like the entire clip and it was really long. I don't know why he played all that. I don't want to see all that.
I think that I actually like it.
So this
Wait, I think that was actually sort of funny. She bought herself a titty.
See her face. I've come to my conclusion, and I think that I actually like it.
So this incident happened at a
I fucking
California
love video
university
games, dude.
where
Holy
a
shit.
black woman confronted a white guy for having dreadlocks, and I thought I'd go through this entire video.
Imagine, like, being so dedicated to just wasting your time that you have time to waste on shit like that. Like, imagine more fucking uninteresting. Like, someone has dreadlocks. Out of anything you could have a problem with. Like, imagine bothering to give a shit about that. Like, wasting your time on fucking caring that someone has dreadlocks. It's like, you're a degenerate.
And point out why this black woman is stupid and racist.
You're saying that I can't have a hairstyle because of your culture? Why?
You know how people get dreadlocks? By not washing or combing their hair.
So good.
Half the
Let's
fucking
go.
homeless people I see on the street have dreadlocks. Complaining about cultural appropriation
This is such a
fucking stupid
fucking
enough.
amazing.
But of all things, you picked fucking dreadlocks to complain about. No culture created dreadlocks. It's just something that happens when you don't wash or comb your hair. So according to you, your culture takes pride in being too fucking lazy to groom themselves? That's
Let's
something
fucking
you
go.
feel you have to protect and criticize white people for doing. And
Let's
be honest,
fucking go.
this whole cultural appropriation thing is just an excuse to be racist to white people. When was the last time you heard of a black girl being criticized for appropriating white culture by straightening her hair and dyeing it blonde? When was the last time you've seen a fucking Asian person get called out for appropriating black people for having dreadlocks?
Do you know
exactly.
Egyptian culture? Are you Egyptian? Nah, bro, you're not. Are you Egyptian? No, but it doesn't matter. Wait, where's Egypt? Tell me.
So this
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. That is by definition, like a colorblind position, an anti-racism position. It doesn't matter. That's the position I take, that's the position this guy takes, that's the position Vegan Gains takes, that's the position Tucker Carlson takes. Taking that position isn't racist. That is by definition not racist.
This white guy is clearly far more educated than this black woman. I don't know, maybe she doesn't want to read books because that would be cultural appropriation. But anyway, yeah, Egyptians had dreadlocks, but she doesn't care that she's appropriating Egyptian culture because she's black. She can do whatever the hell she wants. It's white people who have to be put under control and told what not to wear, dress, what music they can listen to, so on.
And by the way, to be fair, like, I have never seen this happen. Like, the only thing that I've seen black people be like, and overwhelming, literally every single one of them, and white people too, they'll say that, is, oh, well, only black people can say the word nigger. And that one is so huge that, well, like, I have gone to school every day, like, when I was in high school. Yeah, I went there for 4 years, and, like, pretty much all the black people over there, they were, like, half of the school was black. Every fucking black person pretty much would say the word nigger like multiple times in a sentence, and you'd have to sit there, hear that, and know, yeah, since I'm white, if I were to just speak like them for fucking 5 seconds, I'd get beaten to shit. Now, like, to be fair, as much as I completely agree with them on all that, I have to say, I've never seen this happen with, like, the dreadlocks, but then I don't really know many white people with dreadlocks. So, like, any other thing of course, I haven't seen any black person tell a white person you can't listen to this type of music. Like, I've never heard that, but, well, clearly it happens. And the thing is, just like some white supremacists exists, this also exists. Now, I don't know how much, like, to what level they compare. I don't know how often both of these happen, but I love how when, like, the smallest percentage of the population happens to be white supremacists, like a lot smaller than the portion of the population who are people like this woman probably. It's like, yeah, people make such a huge deal about it that actually it's on CNN, like, every fucking day. Like, flat earthers still exist. Actually, white supremacists, yeah, damn, yeah, they still exist. Nobody gives a shit about this. Like, this person isn't hated by everyone, which I'm not saying she should be. I think she's just stupid, and, like, you shouldn't necessarily hate someone for being, maybe for being racist, but yeah, she should have the right to be a fucking racist retard if she wants to. I wouldn't really want her to have been hated, but why the double standard? If she had been white saying that type of stuff, if the roles had been reversed here, the races had been reversed, this would have gone viral. Fucking mainstream as fuck. This didn't go viral.
These people who are arguing about cultural appropriation, their logic is internally inconsistent, and that's because it's racist. It's just meant to attack white people. And as this dumb bitch is attacking this white guy for wearing dreads, she's wearing clothes that were designed by white Western cultures, and she's going to a school that was designed by white Western civilization.
What a fucking dumb fuck. Exactly. Dude, Vegan Games just destroys people. Like, he gets straight to the core of the argument, and he just dismantles people. Like, he just fucking debunks them, like, as well as you could debunk someone. Like, he's so good at this. Like, he is the fucking ultimate champion. Dude, let me, go get some more fucking tissues or some shit. Hey, buddy. So let me guess, I still have 0 views. Should I even check? Well, of course I'm gonna check. Hey, yo, what most humans think in binary terms. Good, evil, yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, that's why we should try to, like, get away from that and think, oh shit, yeah, they came. PBF versus with. Oh, do you want me to look that up? What it is my live stream going to shit? Stream's coming to bitrate. I don't even know what that is, but that is not, no, I'm pretty sure my bitrate is at, like, 3,000 or something. I forget, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing, but... in the widget. I don't even know what the fuck that is. That's probably something in OBS, but yo, are you back? Let's go. Well, I don't know. Should I put my fucking cat in the live stream? Like my little fucking kitten that they just fucking showed up to my door one day. It's pretty cool. I don't know where the fuck he's from, but yo, dude. Yes. I mean, shit, I can't really take the camera. I mean, dude, let me... Fuck, there's one thing I could do. I could sort of join general, right? And, there's one single thing I can do. Like, fuck. Is my phone right here? Okay. Let's see. Okay, this might take a little while, but the fuck? Dude, my phone is so fucking slow. It's like, why do I fucking beat the shit out of this? Yeah, it's because at least now it fucking works the way at least now it looks the way it fucking works. The fuck? How do I... Okay. Yep. And, now, get back. Should work. The fuck? No. Oh, okay. No, you know what? Yeah, fuck. Maybe I shouldn't have. This is gonna take some fucking time to verify my email. Jesus Christ. Okay, buddy. I probably lost all my views already, but I mean, dude, no. I'm gonna fucking. Okay, let's see. Yes. Oh, what? What the fuck? From Texas? No, I'm not in Texas right now. What the fuck? What? Dude. My email... What the fuck? What? Dude, I have no idea what this is. What is my fucking IP address? Is that actually my fucking IP address? Shit, it looks like my IP address is wrong. Can I... Okay. Yeah, I cannot believe this. My IP address is literally in Texas. How did this happen? Now, let me... Dude, this is actually gonna take me a little fucking bit. This was really not meant to happen, okay? You have to log into my... Okay, I promise this will not take a long time. I'm... Dude, I swear to God, my phone is just being fucking retarded again. Okay. This thing. Now, we're getting somewhere. So now we can just put that back. Dude, no one's fucking over it, are they? Probably not. But the great thing is, now I can join this, right? Yo. That was fucking epic. Oh my god. So. Dude. Yeah, could we... The fuck? Okay, yeah, I'm about to get it. Actually got to get back in my room without it fucking following me. That is epic. Let me see if that even fucking worked. Might have. Let me see if that even fucking worked. Okay. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I think... Oh shit, I had muted myself. Ah, dude. Of course I had muted myself. This fucking so gay. I was talking to the camera. Yeah, basically that cat just, like... Dude, I'm sure we could actually see me talking to the... That's so gay. Yeah, dude, that cat just fucking showed up at some point. Like, dude, my mother wanted to just take it to, like, the adoption place. Like, so somebody's probably gonna adopt it, right? It's little kitten, right? But it's like, nah, dude. Nah, we have two cats, and I want a fucking other one. I want this one, okay? Now we have this cat, too, so... Yeah, great shit. Anyway, back to... Oh, dude. I'm so glad I, like, saw this, which is probably cancer, because... No, oh, dude, there are so many... Oh, I saw that. I don't know why I saw that open. There are so many great videos I want to react to. That one's just so good, too.
But she's black, she gets to do whatever she wants. It's just white people who have to be put under control. She can take advantage of and appropriate white Western culture all she wants, wear their clothes, use their technology, go to their schools. But yeah, she has to harass a white guy for not combing his hair. And not only is that hypocritical and it shows you what she really is, she's just a racist.
I wonder how many black people do that. Like, that's a whole different story. If you say the word nigger, now that applies fucking everywhere. Again, I'm in Louisiana, one of the most like apparently that's a more Republican state. Like yeah, even over here where there's a lot of Republicans, so this racism bullshit from the left, at least it's not supposed to be as strong. Well, yeah, if you go to school and just try speaking like black people do for 5 fucking seconds. You just say the word nigger once. Yeah, you'll probably get beaten to shit. Now, I bring up a lot the fact that well, dude, what if you were black and you just happened to be drinking from my water fountain, right? You're drinking from our white water fountain, okay? This is the white water fountain. Uh, and I just decided, well, you're fucking doing that shit. That's racist. You're appropriating my white culture. Drinking from my water fountain, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You racist. Everybody would recognize that that's fucking retarded, insane, and I'm the racist. And, yeah, that'd be just fucking comical. But when it's the other way around, it, like, the absurdity, nobody fucking sees it. Like, how do people not see through this? Oh, it's racist for you to just say what we fucking say. Like, a motherfucker, how? And I have been written up twice by 2 different teachers, for saying the word nigger, and one time it was just for writing it on the board, like, a friend of mine dared me to. And like before then, I didn't really get how much of a bigger trigger word this was than every other trigger word. But yeah, I got written up for that shit. I mean, okay, that's very fair. You wrote the word nigger on the board. Like the fuck, that's. But the teacher specifically told me, I'm writing you up because you can't be white and do that. So specifically because I was white doing that. And the next year, my, like, a black friend of mine, actually, and I've said this before, he was just playing with me. He was like, hey, say nigger, and I would say, like, nigger, and then he'd, like, say it louder, and, like, we'd just go back and forth, and, like, he was telling me, say nigger, and I would say it, and the teacher would hear both of us fucking saying it, and I would get in trouble, specifically me. Like, if that guy said the word nigger, she didn't do anything, but she would be like, no, you don't do it, you're white, you can't. And I got written up, again, for that same thing, because I was white and said the word nigger. Legit, fucking 1 year apart. I mean, like, those happened, just back to back, 2 years back to back, so that's definitely a thing, but, like, yeah, I tend to bring up that shit of, well, if this was reversed, if I was saying a black person drinking from my water fountain, what are you, racist? But that doesn't really tend to happen. But I think a good comparison, in terms of numbers might be, actual white supremacists and, people like this girl who are racist on other things than just the word nigger, and well, self-pitying for being black. Like, other than those two, it's like, how many people are white supremacists? Like, none. This cultural, like, that was probably a way more prevalent thing than white supremacy, to be fair, because white supremacy, both are stupid, but one is actually encouraged by society, at least on the left. Well, by virtue seculars more than anything. And one is actually condemned and you're looked down upon if you're a Nazi, if you're a white supremacist. Like, society doesn't socially accept people who identify as Nazis or white supremacists or, like, express themselves to be that way. but if you do that, society is not nearly gonna hate you as much. Definitely, you'll have some people calling out the fact that that's insane and racist, but like even them, they'll get some criticism from people in their own audience.
But if that's all you have to complain about, messy, unkempt hair, then I'm sorry, but your culture is shit. And
true, let's go. Well, my nose keeps fucking running. This shit doesn't stop. Yay. Yeah, whatever. Trash can. Please. Yeah, dude, whatever. Let me keep my... Dude, that was a highlight, alright? And by the way, oh boy.
Has to harass a white guy for not combing his hair. And not only is that hypocritical and it shows you what she really is, she's just a racist, but if that's all you have to complain about, messy, unkempt hair, then I'm sorry, but your culture is shit. And I'm assuming that's why she's going to a white Western school, she's wearing white Western clothes and using white Western technology. Because her culture is fucking shit. And seriously, pieces of shit like you make black people look bad. How about contributing to society for a change rather than attacking white people for not combing their fucking hair?
You know what, girl? Dude, go. You have no right to tell me what I do not wear. Huh? Yo, girl, stop touching me. Yo, girl, stop touching me right now.
So at this point in the video, she starts using physical force and intimidation because how dare that white guy not comb his fucking hair? And again, these people are just racist bigots who will resort to violence when they don't get their way. And all the...
By the way, I don't know why, like it's... I don't know, I guess if someone's really annoying the fuck out of you, it's like... Yeah, alright, but I don't know, I feel like even if someone's annoying me, like, if they touch me, like that's sort of a meme, like someone touch, bro, that's so, it's like, dude, I don't know, I feel like I'd only have that type of response if someone, like, was hitting me, like, if someone touches my shoulder, like, hey, I'm not done talking to you, like, I don't know, I don't flip out like that, I think that's sort of, I mean, he's absolutely justified in doing it. I don't know, I just don't have that response. Even if someone's really pissing me off, like they like grab me, I'd be like, oh, fuck, what now? Like, I fucking love how some people, like, they'll just be mad. And as soon as you even touch me, bro, worship! Like, that's fucking amazing. I don't know why that's funny to me. That's actually the average person's reaction. I don't know why. I just don't fucking act that way. Maybe because I'm...
While being complete hypocrites, why don't you go attack this black guy for appropriating Japanese culture?
All I ever wanted to be in life was a Super Saiyan.
Oh my god.
You know, ever since I was a kid, I used to always look up to Goku and Vegeta.
This is so
old. I'm going to attempt to go Super Saiyan on film, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube.
Did this go viral? Dude, why the fuck did this go viral? And I remember this video so well for how great it was. I knew that he played, like... Dude, we do not want
And speaking of Japanese culture, the Japanese decided to isolate themselves off from the rest of the world for over 200 years. No one could enter or leave Japan for over 200 years, but eventually Americans came in the mid-19th century hoping to open up trade, and guess what happened? The Japanese decided to culturally appropriate white Western civilization. You know why? Because it was just plain better. The Japanese had technology that was hundreds of years old. They were still living in the feudal system with shogun and samurai. They isolated themselves off for such a long time, and the rest of the world made huge advancements in social and scientific progress. So yeah, they decided to appropriate white Western culture because they weren't fucking stupid. They completely changed their political system, they created trains and railways, they got rid of the samurai, they even adopted Western clothing because it was better than what they had before. They were sick of not having electricity, having to travel across the entire country by horseback, and glorifying decapitation and ritualistic mutilation and suicide. But all that's wrong? Becoming a modern, civilized society, that was bad for them to do because cultural appropriation? Or is it only bad when white people do it?
Okay, we get the...
So for very practical reasons, cultural appropriation is an absolute necessity, and it's an inevitability. Japan adopted the science, technology, and political...
He gets straight to the point, and it's like, you can't really argue with what he's saying, ever. Like, every person who's arguing with what he's saying is just a fucking moron. Like, when he debunks an argument, he debunks it just so fucking well that it's like, there's no fucking arguing with him, pretty much, like, ever. But that's about to change. I've got a video, that I'm gonna release on, like, fucking challenging one of his positions, dude. And he's gonna see it, because I'm gonna donate fucking money for him to see it. Yeah, like, it's gonna work, dude.
Of white Western civilization, because that was the way towards social and scientific progress and prosperity. But you think that's a bad thing. Well, you know what you can do? You can take your shitty fucking dreadlocks and go live outside naked since you're so against cultural appropriation.
Come back off of me. Come back, come back, come back. You put your hands on me, don't worry. Well, you make some shit because of what the hair I have? That's no reason, yo. I don't need your disrespect. I don't need your disrespect. Why are you filming this?
For everyone's safety.
So this dumb bitch uses physical force and intimidation to try to get what she wants, but then
like, the white people, honestly, in this, I don't know if the comment, like, might be, like, the people, like, I fucking white, yeah, they are acting pretty damn reasonable here, like, I'm sorry, but they are, like, they didn't get aggressive back, like, I just watched a clip, I think yesterday, or the day before, from Vegan Games. Dude, someone just spit something out. Did I fucking do that? Gay? My bad. But, yeah, like, literally cops. Like, those are people that you do not, like, fucking trip out on, like, ever, because they're cops. The fuck? Like, Vegan Games was just reacting, like, the other day to, like, this dude, like, tripping out on the cops. And he was in the right. Like, the guy had the right to do what he was doing. The cops were in the wrong. They were being very nice, though, and the guy was being an absolute asshole to the cops. Like, it's like, dude, they are on the right, and they're acting very, very reasonable, too. Like, they aren't tripping out like people would at the cops. Like, you're not tripping out over someone being racist, but, like, at cops who are just, like, they made a mistake, they aren't doing their job right. Like, I know they messed up, dude. It's like, then you're gonna trip over. It's like, you see the difference in reaction.
Complains when the white guy was just trying to shove...
None of y'all who might ever see this stream are gonna look at that clip, but... Oh shit, I have 0 viewers again. Well, that's, yeah, I should have fucking thought about that. That was probably gonna happen. Cause, oh shit, dude. Oh, I didn't even... I mean, yeah, it's true, I guess, but, it's wrong. Yeah. I mean, yeah, eventually heat death, but like, okay, dude. I mean, it's very much possible. I mean, the sun's gonna, whenever it hits its, stage of, yo, there's a new person, what's up? Yeah, when, you know, the sun is gonna explode into a red giant, into, like, Yeah, it's dude, I am fucking high as shit. But yeah, like in a few billion years, like the sun is going to enter its next phase, and it's going to become what's it called? Yeah, red giant or whatever. And it's going to swallow all the planets, like up to Mars. I'm pretty sure it'll swallow Mars as well. So I mean, we could very well not go extinct before then, and then the planet would be gone before us. If we just like at that point, like if we manage not to go extinct before then, I think that's conceivable. I mean, there are a lot of brick walls we could hit in the middle, but like I don't know, humanity like it's not just out of the blink, just irrational to imagine humanity might be equipped for that. To be able to survive. Like, sure, there's global warming. We're actively trying to fight against it. It's like, yeah, we might go extinct, but I don't know. The planet might go first, as long as yeah, as long as we survive a few billion years. I mean, life has existed for a few billion years, so. Dude, I fucking love this thumbnail, by the way. It's fucking lit. Let's
her
go.
away because I guess using physical force and violence is only wrong when white people do it. And it seems that she also tried to attack the camera guy filming this whole thing, so she's just a violent racist trying to use cultural appropriation to attack white people. And cultural appropriation is a necessity, it's an inevitability, it helps push social and scientific progress, it helps everyone come together and unify, and if you're against cultural appropriation, then you're just against humanity. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, maybe you learned something, and of course keep making those vegan gains.
Let's go. My mans. So next, what is this about?
Muslims have been smashed by the media for far too long, but things are changing, and we're taking back the narrative. But the fight.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. The defining principle of the American legal system, really of American life, the principle that has kept us free, is equal justice. And the principle is fairly simple. No matter what you look like or who your parents were or what your politics might be, the law treats you exactly the same way as it would any other American. In this country, justice is blind. Now that's
is this going to be the Donald Trump
a lofty standard, but because Americans have long believed in fairness, and because most of the people in charge of administering that system have behaved in good faith, this country has, for the most part, lived up to its core ideal for 250 years, making it the greatest country in the world. But the populist surge of 2016 changed everything. Permanent Washington suddenly felt more threatened by its own voters, by American voters, than by any foreign adversary. Donald Trump, to them, seemed more dangerous than ISIS. They panicked, and in their panic, our leaders decided
to be fair, if Donald Trump is the president, I guess his policy choices have more of an impact on us than ISIS would. So, like, they are two different levels. One is opinions you might not like, the other is terrorism. But, I mean, in terms of the impact they might have on us, Donald Trump has a way bigger impact on the average American's life than ISIS does, dog. Like, that's why most Republicans today would rather have Donald Trump back in the White House instead of Biden than have ISIS be eradicated. They'd probably rather have Trump,
to turn the American legal system, as well as the American intel agencies, and if necessary,
the
U.S. Army, against their political opponents. They felt they had no choice. In doing this, they abandoned the ancient principle of equality under the law, and they replaced it with what is effectively a loyalty oath. Opponents of the regime became enemies of the state. That's a huge change, and you're seeing the results of that change tonight. Just 24 hours after a Manhattan grand jury indicted Joe Biden's rival in the next presidential race.
I feel like it's probably, though, because like Donald Trump has committed actual crimes, and they were trying to pin him down on the one, but I mean, either way, like that's a fucking president, dog. Like you can't do that. Just try to pin them to a non-crime because he has committed crimes. It's like, dude, people are going to be mad over that. People who actually support Trump, if you're going to indict him on a crime he committed, except that crime isn't a fucking crime, and I've gone over this before, yeah, of course people are gonna be mad.
Another jury, also in New York, convicted a Republican social media influencer called Douglas Mackey. What did Mackey do wrong? Well, Douglas Mackey's crime was mocking Hillary Clinton voters online. You're seeing on your screen the meme that Mackey posted on Twitter during the 2016 election. In that meme, Mackey suggests it's possible to vote for president by text message because only Hillary...
That's just so stupid. And like Tucker Carlson debunked that whole thing so well, I remember. It's like, he posted a fucking meme, and it's like...
Voters could be stupid enough to believe something so absurd. But of course, in real life, no one did believe that. Mackey's insult did not alter a single vote in the election, and no one has proved otherwise.
Yeah, it's like, he was legit just doing a meme, like, you want to vote for Hillary Clinton? Text Hillary Clinton or whatever to this number. And it's like, it's a joke. And, yeah, you have a problem with that? Sucks for you. This is a free country. You can say whatever you want. It's not your fault if people are stupid. Like, you shouldn't be held accountable for anybody else's stupidity. That's why we have free speech, by the way. If you tell somebody to go fucking kill themselves online XD and fucking CSGO or Minecraft UHC champions or some gay shit like that, and they are so fucking retarded and degenerate, like, that they actually fucking do it just because somebody in fucking Minecraft told them to. Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, that's not your fault that that person is a retarded fucking, like, loser. No, it isn't. So, I don't think Douglas Mackey should have been held responsible for anybody else's mental disorder that apparently no one had, so it's just phantom mental disorder, so like blank oppression in 2023, when the only form of Jim Crow that is still legal is affirmative action, by the way. I thought I'd remind you of that, but dude, I'm going to really off topic.
The government brought forth not a single victim of this crime. It couldn't. Douglas Mackey was joking. Nobody believed he was a federal election official. And in fact, his social media profile pictured a Donald Trump hat. It was unmistakable. This was mockery. But in the wake of the 2016 election and the rising hysteria of...
Yeah, the Democrats are the party of censoring things they find offensive. Guess what? I don't care if you find it offensive. People should have the right to voice hate speech, even misinformation. The way you shut that down, which by definition the easiest type of speech to like debunk, it is misinformation. If you can define it as misinformation, that means by definition that you have the right information to disprove it. So by definition of it being misinformation, you can shut it down simply by fucking providing the information. But yeah, people like CNN who have the fact-checking ability to do that, to kill the disinformation instead of just begging for it to be taken down, they don't fucking do it. They just beg for misinformation to stop being allowed. When people actually believe that shit, and when you censor somebody, you are giving it the free talking point of why the fuck did you bother censoring me if I'm such a fucking clown? I'm saying shit like don't wear a mask. If your fucking doctor tells you to wear a mask, Well, you should go tell him to fuck himself because this is a free country, bitch. You could do that. Fucking yeah, vaccines they don't work. People said they work. I heard this person say it worked. Joe Biden probably say it works. Donald Trump did too. But like, the fuck, bro. Not 100% effective. You see that? Yo, shit don't work, bro. Not every time, bro. That means it don't work. Hell yeah. It's like, bro, that is how vaccines work, right? Like this.
About Donald Trump, mocking the Democratic Party became a crime.
Yeah.
So as a result, tonight, Douglas Mackey faces
Let's fucking go. That's fucking hilarious.
10 years in prison. The case against Doug
That's insane. Like, imagine someone going to prison for that. Like, I feel like I could have made that joke. Like, anybody could have... That's just a clever joke. It's funny. And, like, this could be anybody. It's not like they could possibly, like, some guy who's joking. Not like they could possibly have imagined this would be a crime. Like, this is free fucking speech. Like, this is a joke with purpose. Like, there is context behind this. Yeah, y'all know what? Since y'all just fucking hate Trump so much, and these people were saying not my president after he got elected. Like, they were protesting, that, oh, no, this isn't my president. And then when Trump backfired and did the same thing, no, Joe Biden's not your president, I'm your president. When he did the same thing, all of a sudden it's like, yeah, the not my president stuff, which is, yeah, hate to break it to you, Trump's not that original of a guy. He actually stole this election denialism thing from the Democrats when they, ironically enough, were saying to him that he hadn't really won the election. It was rigged by Russia. Well, guess what? Now it's rigged by whoever the fuck. By China. So, it's like, yeah, Donald Trump isn't even original with his election lie shit. Like, he just stole that from the Democrats since they used that against him. He was like, well, that seemed to work good on... You know what? Let's just do it in reverse. So
is the most shocking attack on freedom of speech in this country in our lifetimes.
Like, yeah, the left wing having a problem with election denialism now. Like, that's pretty hypocritical. Apparently Stacey Abrams does that too. No one calls her out on it. So yeah, election denialism, like, that's a common thing in the Democratic Party. It's just all right when they do it.
It's also a useful lesson in who will be allowed to speak going forward. As it turns out, a woman called Christina Wong posted an almost identical meme the same year, back during the 2016 election. But unlike Doug Mackey, Wong voted for Hillary Clinton. Hey, Trump supporters, she wrote, skip poll lines and text in your vote. Same crime. But the Department of Justice under Joe Biden has shown no interest in prosecuting Christina Wong. Do you see how this works? Have you internalized our new partisan legal standards?
Wait,
that would be the text in your vote. But unlike Doug Mackey, Wong voted for Hillary Clinton. Hey, Trump supporters. It's also a useful lesson in who will be allowed to speak. Mackey faces 10 years in prison.
What did that?
The case against Doug Mackey is the most shocking attack on freedom of speech in this country in our lifetimes. It's also a useful lesson in who will be allowed to speak going forward. As it turns out, a woman called Christina Wong posted an almost identical meme the same year, back during the 2016 election. But unlike Doug Mackey, Wong voted for Hillary Clinton. Hey, Trump supporters, she wrote, skip poll lines and text in your vote. Same crime. But the Department of Justice under Joe Biden has shown no interest in prosecuting Christina Wong.
Do
you see how this works?
Point.
Have you internalized our new partisan
that
legal
is pretty irrefutable. Now, did she just, like, what did she text? Like, wait, I don't know. I wonder what the screenshots are. Like, did she fucking delete them or some shit? I don't know where she said that at, but
standards? That would be the point of the exercise. They want you to know the rules. We'll have more on the Doug Mackey case and what it means for you and for America in just a moment. And by the way, Douglas Mackey is not the only Trump supporter who's now going to prison because of how he
hope
voted.
He doesn't.
According to new reporting from Julie Kelly,
like, insane.
the FBI's counterterrorism division just arrested a grandmother in the state of Virginia on 4 misdemeanors this week. What exactly did she do? She entered the Capitol with her elderly mother for a total of 15 minutes on January 6th. She hurt no one, she destroyed nothing, she just stood there. And yet, at the very same time, during the very same week...
Dude, this is all important stuff, and this goes back to why I'm really in favor of Tucker Carlson. Sometimes he goes in and makes some really good points. Like, I hate how he's gone to this, like, just transphobic fucking, rhetoric, just constantly. Like, that's all his segments are, and I fucking hate that shit now, because, like, he makes some good-ass points. This is the fucking Tucker that I like, okay? These are good points. Like, these need to be brought up.
The terrorism division just arrested a grandmother in the state of Virginia on 4 misdemeanors this week. What exactly did she do? She entered the Capitol with her elderly mother for a total of 15 minutes on January 6th. She hurt no one. She destroyed nothing.
Yeah, there was somebody... I thought he was going to bring up the person who, like, apparently they just prayed at an abortion clinic. Like, they just, they were arrested for that. For, like, just praying at an abortion clinic.
She just stood there.
That's like,
and yet, at the very same time, during the very same week, none of the transgenderist thugs who invaded the Tennessee State House yesterday have been rounded up by the FBI Counterterror Division. And, of course, they won't be. Joe Biden just honored them with a Trans Day of Visibility. So what we're watching here, unmistakably, is...
I mean, that doesn't seem like a riot, though, were they, like, at the Capitol. Like,
bigger than Donald Trump. But we're going to begin tonight with the latest on his case, and we're doing that because he is, and this is not at all incidental to his prosecution, he is the leading Republican candidate for president. Now, Trump apparently is being charged not with treason or insurrection or collusion or even shoplifting, but with something much smaller, a slew of process crimes relating to a payment he apparently made 7 years ago. In no fair system would that be a crime under the law 7 years later. But the Soros-funded district attorney in Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, has stitched together a Frankenstein legal theory to justify this prosecution. Under normal circumstances, it would be impossible because the statute of limitations has passed. And as if...
Yeah, and he's gone into all of that. And by the way, make some other video of it. I have one view now. Okay, Hodito, what is this title? Y'all gringos want to do what? Can I reply? No, there's no reply. Okay. It's... Yeah, bro, we're game ending them. In Battle Sun, bro. We're taking them out.
All of that were not third world enough. Someone leaked the news of Donald Trump's grand jury indictment to the media. Now, that in itself is a crime under the law in New York. In fact, a much bigger crime than those under which Donald Trump is being charged. Will Alvin Bragg prosecute the leaker? Please. It's almost certainly someone in his own office. Nor will Bragg prosecute, as many people have pointed out today, the crimes of Hunter Biden or other Democratic partisans. Those aren't rare or hard to find.
No, and leftists also, do point out, yeah, there is this, like, the left does do this too. And I'm not talking about the Hunter Biden laptop story. That was legit just revenge porn. The fact that this even made news is insane. But he does have trade deals with, like, China and even in Ukraine, which, like, are paid, but, like, it's thanks to him being who he is, like, the son of who his dad is. Apparently that's illegal, so, yeah, that's very fair, but, like, then maybe we should prosecute both, like, that's sort of a tu quo quo, I think it's called.
Bragg will not prosecute Hillary Clinton, even though she just admitted to violating campaign finance law by paying for the fake Russian dossier.
Yeah, like, that is true that Trump's crime, at least the one he's being indicted for, is much, much smaller than any of that. In fact, it's not a crime. Yeah, so it is the... I forgot about it. Yeah, it's not even a fucking
What's
crime.
fascinating is that none of this has alerted the watchdogs to government abuse, our media. No, just the opposite. The media are cheerleading our new standards of tribal justice. Watch.
Hey guys, Toby Mathis here, and question I get all the time is, how do I make my personal assets invisible? Well, first off, can you even do that? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. I'm going to...
Why, like, if you're a hacker, what, are you afraid you're going to get hacked? I feel like that'd be the type of ad you'd have on Tor if you were doing that on the darknet and some illegal gambling bullshit or what. I don't know why gambling's even illegal ever in any place, but I mean, it's your fucking money. But dude, I am making a huge fucking rant over another fucking scam ad. That's hilarious.
The good news is here, it's our legal system in action saying nobody is above the law.
Nobody's above the law, not Republicans and not Democrats.
How old is this person?
It's not Donald Trump, not anybody.
I tend to think that nobody is above the law. No person above the law.
We have political leaders who are not above the law.
We don't believe that anybody should be above the law.
They were all beating the same drum, if you will.
Fucking person's lips feels a Jesus Christ. Bigger than her lip, bigger than her chin. That's like, dude, women being
no one is above the law.
By the way, just in case you're a girl who wants some quick, I don't know, if you're a girl and you're an incel, just a quick tip: don't be bold, and don't be obese, and like, if you're either of these things, you will be an incel. You're not attractive.
No one is above the law.
By the way.
Today's evidence is that that includes Trump as well.
New life has been breathed into that saying, no person is above the law.
Okay, buddy.
Let's be completely clear. None of the people you just saw care a thing about justice. Let that word burn in their mouths. No, they are obviously bloodthirsty. They would cheer as you were necklaced in the street. No one is above the law, they would scream as you writhed on the ground. They would. But as long as we're still pretending that the old standards of fairness and equal application of the law apply, then whatever happened to Sam Bankman-Fried?
Yeah, that guy.
Remember him? Largest financial crime in history? To this day, no one has explained or bothered to even try to tell us how Sam Bankman-Fried was able to make his bail. That was set at $250 million. All that has been disclosed to us, the long-suffering public.
Wait, isn't there legit a law against excessive bail? That's a huge fucking... Like, isn't there an amendment against excessive bail? And isn't it, like, the same one as, like, against cruel and unusual punishment?
Is that a former dean at Stanford and a Stanford computer scientist put up $500,000 and $200,000 respectively, and his parents put up the value of their home. So that leaves quite a big gap. Where did the rest of the money come from? No one will tell us. No one in the media is asking because no one cared. Sam Bankman-Fried didn't pay off a former mistress. No, he defrauded 1 million people and ran off with houses in the Bahamas, and yet the system is protecting him because he voted correctly. That's remarkable. But he's not
I think it's probably just because he's rich and he's paying them off. That's probably both
only
sides,
criminal that Washington refuses to prosecute. There are so many of them. The people who destroyed the U.S. dollar, for example. The ones who degraded the United States military and turned it into a joke, which it is. The ones who flooded rural America with opioids and killed hundreds of thousands.
About.
The people currently...
Is it because we have trans people in the military? Or what? Like, that's probably allowed to... Like, what is that about? I have no clue.
Selling our oil reserves to China. None of them have ever been prosecuted. In fact, they've all been promoted.
I mean, the military is woke. I mean, I would probably disagree with that. I'm guessing that the military is not woke. But I might be wrong. I have never been in the military.
Rural America
and I never will
with
be.
opioids and killed hundreds of thousands. The people currently selling our oil reserves to China. None of them have ever been prosecuted. In fact, they've all been promoted. We'll have more on them in just a moment. But for now, we'd like to start with Donald Trump, the Republican frontrunner who's been indicted for non-existent crimes in the middle of a presidential race. We have a very specific question about how this is going to affect the race, because, of course, affecting the race is the entire point. Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to...
All right, well, by the way, Douglas Mackey, I wonder if this guy covered that. I wonder if anybody. It's sort of like what was it? Ray Epps. Like nobody on the left that I like look at was talking about him. I wonder, like, did Secular Talk ever no, like nobody on the left talks about that guy. I don't know. Oh my god, this fucking dude. Jesus, nobody, I don't know. He tends to post videos on things that others don't sometimes. Nope. Did anybody, did TYT possibly, fucking TYT, like, they cover everything that's, yeah, I know, that's insane, and Tucker talks about this. Why isn't anybody on the left calling this out? If it's wrong, well, either say, yeah, I agree, like, put your position out there, what? Like, what I'm trying to get at here is that, yeah, people on the left cover their own things. If I look up, like, Kanye West, every single, like, mess up that he had from just saying some random dumb shit all the way up to, yeah, I'm for Hitler. It's like, all of that shit, dude, all of these channels that I'm, like, looking up, they all covered it, like, as it fucking came out, dude, as it came out, within the, like, within, like, I don't know, time frame of, like, 3 hours, like, a good, like, 7 different YouTube channels that I know who are, like, left, covering left-wing things, or, like, they are left-wing, right? Like, they will all post about that, and, like, Fox News, they won't be talking about it at all. But then things like Douglas Mackey, Ray Epps, it's like, you'll see the Republicans on this side, like on Fox News, they'll all be covering the same shit, and then the left doesn't cover it. So, I think it's fair to say, just like the left is in their echo chamber, the right also is, to a big extent. And, Tucker is trying to get us out of that by trying to push for all conversations to be accepted, legal and accepted. Yeah, you can have any conversation, however uncomfortable it might be. Just leave the conversation if you don't like it, because you have liberties and you should get to use those liberties, but so should others. Others should have their liberties to start conversations that are uncomfortable, and if you don't like it, just don't have that conversation. Just fucking leave. Like, that's not your fucking, it's not that person's problem that you don't like what they're talking about. They should get to say whatever the fuck they want. And if we just encouraged, yeah, just start any conversation, doesn't matter if it's offensive, just trying to be reasonable instead of just yell, yeah, so Tucker's actually trying to get us in the right direction. So, dude, what the fuck even is this? Okay, what the fuck is this painting? Dude, Charlie Kirk defamed. What the fuck is that about? Yeah, anyway, I'm sure I have other shit to be looking at right now. Oh, God.
Now, I put my all into this project, and it's a real representation of my passion for music. So if you want to listen to the whole thing, click in the description or search Cold X Man on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you listen to music.
Dude, I'm looking at this specifically because apparently there's Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about cultural appropriation.
Now back to the podcast.
What the fuck?
Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Coleman. My guest today needs no introduction, but I'll give him one anyway.
Okay.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No, I don't care, dude. I'm getting bored. I might not even watch this.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Freedom. Freedom is why I love doing apartment deals, just like the one you're seeing on the screen now.
Yeah, I know. That's my city. This is a pretty damn targeted ad now, isn't it?
And the good news, man, I'm not special. When you meet me, you'll understand that. You probably already understand that. My word, look at my hair. It's an absolute mess, okay? Anybody...
This is a fucking YouTube ad, by the way.
They can do this. And I'm hosting a 90-minute masterclass in your area to prove that.
Oh, a masterclass. That sounds like Dan Locke, by the way. Anybody saw videos of people covering him?
You know, in a span of 4 years, I've went from $0 to $100 million of deals, which is a crazy number to me, man. Not a number that I never even thought about. And that's how I was able to fulfill my wife's dream to move our family here to Maui. I'm very grateful for that. Today's a perfect example of
Maui? That someone's dream to go to Maui? That sounds like a shitty, like, third world African country, dude. Like, dude, I love how Donald Trump said that, and it's just funny, and he got called fucking racist, like, of course. Dude, that makes it even more funny to call a shitty African third world country a shitty African third world country. It's not like the word nigger. Like, dude, there's a fire alarm for libtards, and you're not gonna ring it? Like, the fuck wrong with you, bitch? But, dude, yeah, that went really off topic real fast now, didn't it?
You know, we have some friends in town. Everybody wanted to go on a full day excursion, so... let's go. Let's make it happen. You know, the cash flow comes in while I'm out here, and I don't have to go grind in an office or, you know, ask and beg for a...
Dude, you know how many people you're competing with that say the same shit? Like, they don't say that, like, bro, look at my hair, bro. They don't say that part, but, like, everything. I guess you got some originality. That's... I don't know. That was pretty lit. Like, I liked how you said that. That gives you a good few points. Like,
last minute vacation day. You know, if we want to live in Maui, we can do that too. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. And that, my friends, is just, that's why I love being involved in apartment deals.
Okay, so are we finally getting to a minute into what the fuck you're advertising?
You know, if you want to learn how to do these deals with us, I have a free event, a free training essentially coming up near you. I now have...
Dude, just tell us what, okay, just... like, get to the address, okay? Like, the sooner you put that in, if this is really happening, you should have probably put the locations, put the exact address and the locations in every place.
Money to fund deals,
well,
and I like to
been doing if you want more people to go
have people like you help me find them. You know, it allows me to do more. So feel free to check out the 90-minute masterclass.
And by the way, why do you set that shit up if you live in Mali? Whatever the fuck you said. Why are all these YouTubers trying to do all that all of a sudden?
Coming up, and if you decide you want to be in these kind of deals, we're really there. You can decide if you do want to be involved in those deals. And my
it sounds like when you're fucking depression, what people tell you, bro. We're really there, bro. Hell yeah. It's like I fucking love this shit.
Goal is to give you real value at the event, whether you decide to participate or not. You know, if apartment deals interest you, or if being free interests you. This is a very pointed question. Follow the link below and bring your spouse.
Being free from work. We don't live in a free country unless we don't have to work. Oh, bro. I see where you're going, bro. Your hair's not fooling me, bro. I ain't forgotten what you fuckers did in, you know Stalin, that fucking communist dude? Dude, ain't this shut the fuck up, I'm not funny.
Okay? The good news, the system I'm going to show you is a lot easier than you probably think. And it works for my students just like it's been working.
You've had 1 minute and 40 seconds. And, like, Dan Locke would tell you to speed up the pace, bro. Like, bro, you could have just used that time to tell us that. Like, you have a good fucking, like, place in Mali who no one knows what the fuck that is. Good for fucking you, dude. Get to it. Like, most people, they pretend to be like, let's get straight to it, bro. No wasting time. Except they actually also don't have a product to sell, and that's fucking hilarious. Like, this guy's just taking it the opposite step, and he's just... I fucking like it. He's like, you know what? I got time, bro. Y'all got time. Y'all about to make money. It's like, it's all good, bro. Like, this whole thing of, let's get straight to it, bro. You want to make this money or not? Let's go, bro. Straight to the point. So, click that. Okay, click it. Let's say this guy's like, bro, I'm chilling, I'm relaxing, y'all relaxing, bro. We got all day. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna be a millionaire. I mean, that's a good enough promise already, dude. Like, fuck the Andrew Tate, Dan Log bullshit. It's like, but you don't even need that attitude. You see me, I'm chilling. Would you rather be a millionaire and be chilling? Or be a millionaire and be fucking, dude, gotta get that money. It's like, motherfucker, you're a millionaire, okay? You don't need more money, alright?
Working for me, I'm able to do more deals, believe it or not, remotely here from Maui than I've ever done before. A lot of those deals.
Oh my god, you could do deals. Dude, you ever heard of trading? That's like probably one of the best fucking ways, other than whatever the fuck that is, unless they teach us about trading. Bro, you can trade from like different fucking countries. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm able to do with my students. In fact, let me introduce you to a few of them right now.
Dennis Garza, Silver Summit Capital, keeping it, 100% transparency.
I fucking this is, you can't make this shit up. Some guy just sitting on his toilet oh wait, actually that's his bed or his couch. What in the look, I even got some dude who will like affirm what I'm saying, right? Like, this really is like, he got this whole thing. Dude, Dan Locke has like a way bigger thing.
For you guys, I was sitting in that seat November 8th of 2020. Fast forward to now, Tyler and Ryan, they have alluded to this, but I am under contract for not one, but two properties, 211 units. For those of you guys who are sitting there like, oh.
Yeah, it probably costs $2, because units, it's that units are probably the fucking length of your ball sacks, dude. Like, they're probably not big, because you probably actually don't own fucking anything, because otherwise you might be putting up gay screenshots that would also be fucking fake, but you're just not doing that because you're dumb.
Maybe you had real estate experience.
Or maybe you're just chillax. Like, we don't even need that, bro.
Maybe he was already in, this industry. I wasn't.
Like
straight up telecom guy, broadband. I worked for Comcast. So I'm sitting
okay,
here.
dude, get to your next student, okay? You could just pay for like 5 people, and it's like, you got a lot more evidence now. Like, we got enough of this guy. It's like, okay, he's fat or like buff, I'm not sure. And it's like, he's got some really fucking like straight ass hair. Like, that hair, oh, that hairline. Hell yeah, bro. Like, bro, this guy could work at a bar. And like, he would probably make more than he'd be making following.
Here I've got
like
my
that
single family
shit.
home. I'll tell you, it was harder for me to get this loan on my single family home than it was to go get, a $3 million loan.
Okay, nobody fucking cares,
so
dude.
My mind is just literally, blown. and I gotta say, it's because not only because of Ryan and Tyler, but because again, I decided to make that decision to change for the better.
So a Facebook ad popped up about going to this free 2-hour workshop to learn about how to do multifamily. And so I bought the course, which was Tyler's course, and I went to his workshop, and my husband and I went together and we learned how. We have, it's 4 different apartment buildings. They're all over 100 units that we have under management now. And that was all in the last 9 months once we started partnering.
I don't know.
Now I have what I was looking for in that first meeting where they said, you can choose your life, you can choose your time, you can choose when you want to work or when you don't want to work, or how much you want to work or how much you don't want to work. You can choose the people that you work with. And so there's all that freedom.
Dude, but you could also choose to buy a better mic, but you chose not to do that. Fucking why?
End up in my life.
Like, you have an echo.
A few months ago, we moved to France, and so we had a plan in life that we had set a plan that in a few years we were going to move to Europe. We'd lived in Europe before kids. And so we said, in a few years when the kids are older, and we have, our finances figured out and more freedom.
Dude, why are they bringing us all of this? And they're just like, bro, we have time. We're not even gonna try, dude. I fucking love it, bro. Look at my hair, bro. Does it look like I'm a scammer, dude? Hell nah. And then they're like, bro, okay, fuck it, we're born. Let's just, since I have money, I'm just gonna get, like, these 2 to 3 other people, because, like, I ain't gonna hire all these people, like, the fuck. Yeah, let's just get 2 or 3 people to just talk about random shit that's like buying and like, yeah, I bought units of land and like I also, yeah, it's like 178 units that I bought. It's fucking epic, dude. And this guy, oh bro, he probably bought like so many units the size of his fucking belly. And like actually he didn't, because that would cost a lot.
Multifamily really accelerated that, and partnering with Tyler and Ryan really accelerated that for my family.
Oh,
and so we're here.
Dude, I wonder if they have a countdown on this thing. This will end in
2 years earlier, so we put that as schedule.
I wonder if they have the like
Scientists are shocked.
Shut the fuck
They
up.
have found that ear ringing is shrinking your
Okay,
brain cells.
so they don't have
Tinnitus
the...
is literally...
Yeah, they don't have the thing where like, oh, the countdown. In 30 minutes, you have 30 minutes to pay for this shit, or you're not gonna get it, dude. You wanna miss that opportunity? Apparently, it actually trips up retards.
literally
Like,
wearing
it
your brain
actually
out by the minute. After 47 years of
Yeah,
study...
dude, I don't care.
All right, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hey. Thanks so much for coming back on the show.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Let's talk about cultural... Dude, isn't Neil deGrasse Tyson smart? Why is he talking to people who want to talk about fucking cultural appropriation?
So last time we spoke, I think it was...
Like, there is no... Whether you're for or against it, whether you're reasonable or not reasonable in that sense, it's like, why would you talk about it? Who cares? That's not an interesting thing, and there's no reason to talk about it. Like, with somebody like Neil deGrasse fucking Tyson. Like, he's an astrophysics guy. Like, why would he care about
It was 2020, so it's been probably almost...
It's 20 years ago, because COVID adds time.
It's like dog years.
Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot has changed, and it's really good to get you back on the show again. You released a book a few months ago called Starry Messenger, where you tackled a lot of bigger and wider topics than just physics or astrophysics. And that was...
like cultural appropriation.
I feel like that's a pretty landmark event in your life, considering all your books prior had been more narrowly focused. So there's a lot of topics you've now dealt with that you hadn't really spoken too much about publicly, and we're going to get into some of those. I want to start by talking about science broadly. You open that
By the
book.
way, just to be clear,
yeah, go ahead.
the book and the breadth of...
And how will science like digress into cultural appropriation? Like, I don't know. I'm just sort of curious, dude.
topics that it addresses. It's not me just jumping into spaces where I don't belong. It's me taking the lens of science and observing civilization with it. And since science is largely responsible for shaping civilization as we know it, this became quite a fertile exercise.
Dude, okay, I'm getting fucking bored. Who cares? Nobody cares. Gang. Yeah, I've seen this. I responded to it, and no, I didn't like back out of responding. No, I just responded fucking twice, by the way, okay? Dude, I respond to every notification, motherfucker, okay? I respond to everything anybody says. Dude, there's some...
on charges involved.
We saw that. I just never close out of the fucking tabs, because I'm gay. But... you know, by the way, I'm not. That's a joke. I know why I always feel the need to say that. It's like...
I wanted to watch this clip because...
oh, let's go. We have Tucker Carlson.
Came across my radar the other day, and it is so milquetoast and banal. And the fact that Tucker Carlson decided to talk about this is just... it must have been a slow news day, we'll put it that way. So he's going to talk about libs of TikToks, Kaya Rychik, or however you pronounce her name. And she's going to pretend as if she's doing something really bold, but really this is nothing more than cringe.
So one of the saddest and most painful lies they keep telling you is you're imagining it if you think children are being physically mutilated in the name of gender ideology.
Yeah, you literally are imagining it. This is gaslighting right here. Unless you're taking into account all of the circumcisions that take...
I need to look up the word gaslighting. I probably have looked it up before, but... yeah, I know for a fact I have. But I forgot. Okay. I do not remember seeing that. That's
take place, or the ways in which, doctors make decisions about the genitalia of intersex infants, then that's a serious thing that we should consider. But in terms of like whether or not kids are getting their dicks chopped off, then yes, you are imagining that. You are stupid, and you need to actually find real problems to be concerned about.
It's actually real. We wish it weren't. We wish we were imagining it. Hospitals brag about these surgeries. And we know this really.
Do they, though? Do they, Tucker? And by the way, this is not Chaya Raichik. This is AOC, who is next to the Libs of TikTok logo.
So the founder of a Twitter handle called Libs of TikTok, Chaya Raichik. She's reported on it extensively. Of course, this has infuriated people who are dedicated to lying, like Sandy Cortez. You're all liars, she said. And she called Chaya Raichik that directly. So Raichik decided to go pay Sandy Cortez a visit. Here's how it went.
A few weeks ago, AOC floor.
Ms. Navaroli, are you familiar with the account Libs of TikTok? That account posted false information about Boston Children's Hospital, claiming that they were providing hysterectomies to children.
So I am right outside the Cannon building.
Yeah,
apparently
that is...
like she called their hotline, and the people at their hotline said that, but like it wasn't true. Like they just didn't know. Like she asked the question, and it's like they just don't know about all that. So it was like, yeah, is this surgery available for like 16-year-olds, whatever? And they would just like, yeah. So I get the mistake, but like you were probably corrected on it. Like you should probably correct that.
False.
Like
that
Jesus Christ, it's like you should have probably looked it up. And if you had bothered looking it up, you would probably have found like that. No, because they probably have that as public information, especially with the trans hysteria. It's like probably would have mentioned
not happening. So what's the problem here? What's the problem? And she should have remained anonymous, honestly, because she has no charisma. Like, I get how she's trying to transition her grift into a stage where maybe she gets like, I don't know, some sort of media gig from Fox News or News Nation, or not News Nation, but maybe like, I don't know, OAN.
Don't even know what the fuck any of that is.
But she just,
ONA,
she sucks. Like she's so banal, and she is wearing a shirt that says "Ban TikTok." So why do you support censorship? I thought that your side was against censorship.
No, TikTok needs to be banned because Americans do not need to be dying of cancer. Remember, you're for free healthcare. Maybe you don't want to be giving people cancer. TikTok is cancer. Watching it will give you cancer. And if you don't get cancer, you don't need as much healthcare.
Yeah, we know that's bullshit, but let's listen.
I'm going to go inside and hopefully meet AOC and ask her why she lied about me and get some answers.
She didn't lie about you.
No,
you absolute buffoon. She literally is just saying that you claim.
Yeah, by the way, you should like that's what I lied. You should ask her what exactly did I lie about, and she would respond. But like I'm guessing if she's not doing that, like does she know that it's not true? Like maybe she knows. I hope she doesn't. That'd make her sort of disingenuous, probably. But like, dude, I'm just saying, like, she really should have said, well, I lied. Instead of taking that defense thing, if you're right, you should not. If you think you're right, at least you should not go by this. And I don't want to call anyone disingenuous. I'm just saying, like, in general, if you think, yeah, you're being misjudged. Even if you think, oh, it's AOC, she's a professional liar, she doesn't care. Obviously, she's not gonna tell me. That's just. Not even, but no, like, just for the sake of everyone gets to see how it plays out, because this is on the internet, everything is on the record, well, at least for that sake, go ahead and ask her, could you explain how I lied, specifically what I lied about? Like, did you go up to her and ask her that? What specifically did I lie about? If you're going to go up to her, that's the best thing to ask her, right?
Boston Children's Hospital was performing hysterectomies on children when that's not happening. Literally what you lied about led to bomb threats against Boston Children's Hospital.
Yeah,
so don't...
Like, I definitely think, like, for that, I do not like the fact that Tucker Carlson repeated that. It's like, come on, he had that fact-checking ability to be able to know that, and he's just so much in his echo chamber that Like, he doesn't even question that type of shit. And it's like, his news team should have had the fact-checking, they had the fact-checking ability to do so. They should have held themselves to higher standards, because that's news reporting standards. You can't run a story that says, look, they're performing hysterectomy or whatever the fuck that's called, surgeries on minors, when it's not true. They never did that. And it's like, dude, what? Like, I definitely think if Tucker Carlson should apologize for one thing, it's that. And then he should have a while ago. And it's like, I definitely disagree with him doing that. Like, I don't think he knows that this is not true, but I think, like, his news team, all of them, like, come on, like, y'all need to stay on top of that. Like, y'all need to verify that. Like, of course, Tucker Carlson is gonna trust his news team. Like, they're the only ones after CNN and MSNBC that haven't let him down. Of course, he has every reason to trust them more than those other news sources that are going against him. And he has the idea, well, if they're going against me for saying that, it's probably because it's true, because that's the agenda. Just complain when someone says the truth. Like, I mean, I can definitely take him at face value for that. They do tend to do that a lot of the time, but yeah, like, I really think, somewhere at Fox News, like, dude, Tucker Carlson covered that topic. Not every Fox News anchor covered that. It's like, come on, you have to look at that. Like, yeah, by the way, I'm guessing still 0 views. Yeah, gay.
Feign outrage over somebody just like spotlighting what you said, you fucking ghoul. Like, she's such a liar. I mean, she lies for a living, right? She has catapulted.
You don't know that, but that does indicate sort of like, dude, what if, especially if you're going to go up to her in person, just ask her. That's the simplest thing, and that makes you look the best. Tell her, what exactly did I lie about? Explain this, and then, like, it's very possible that AOC would just be like, get the fuck out of my face. How dare you be near me? That's assault. You confronted me in person? Assault? I mean, that is a very AOC type of thing to do. Apparently, she was, like Tucker Carlson mentioned, that she was, like, playing the victim, like, pretending she was scared she was gonna be raped when she was, like, miles and miles away, like, not even in the same location when January 6th happened, but, apparently she was scared that someone would rape her from, like, 26 miles away, or whatever the fuck. So, yeah, like, she does tend to do that, but, like, then the audience can see that and they can judge for themselves, and you have to remember that. Like, you cannot start by, like, well, let me play my opponent's game. No, like, this is a country where the audience has to decide, and yeah, y'all believe voting was rigged, but, like, if y'all are going to keep telling people to vote, like, you sort of have to, especially if you're trying to make a public political statement, that's just going to vibe more if you go at it, if you approach your opponent by asking them, like, serious, questions, like, I don't know, just at least pretending like they are going to be reasonable and going to come at this from a genuine perspective. Just ask them reasonable questions. Like, don't be like, oh, well, you're unreasonable, so I'm just going to be unreasonable back, because it's just, you're not a serious person, so I'm not going to be serious with you. If you're going to upload this to any fucking channel, especially, like, yeah, this is going to be covered on Fox.
Put herself into national prominence.
Like, ask her, what exactly did I lie about? And if AOC's just a bitch and she just refuses to answer the question, and she's like, what are you, like, less than 6 feet away? Assault? You're gonna get me sick, you fucking, yeah, like, if she responded that way, then the audience could see, Libs of TikTok was just asking her that very direct question, and she just couldn't respond. Maybe she chose not to respond, but she had a response. But it looks bad on AOC either way, but this just looks bad on Libs of TikTok.
It's because of her stupid ass lies about LGBTQ plus people. So I'm not,
like, what was this confrontation? I still
surprised that she's lying here. But watch this, because this is extremely lame.
I don't think anyone's here.
Hi.
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 Is the congresswoman in?
No, she's not.
Okay. Is the person who's in charge of her tech policy in?
Oh my god.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, she lied about me on the House floor a couple of weeks ago.
Wait.
So I just wanted to ask her why she lied.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty creepy. Like, wait, why the fuck y'all wait, like, what is this shit?
This lady is smart. She knows this is a publicity stunt by this absolute moron. And when you see them trying to get a viral clip, then you just...
Oh, dude. Wait, okay, that's clothing. That's not... I thought I was about to be banned off YouTube for a second. Oh, I thought that was the, like, fucking sad music.
Ignore them and you move on. Unfortunately for Chaya Raichik, this did not go viral. Nobody knows about this because that's how insignificant and inconsequential this visit was. But she's going to make a claim about AOC that's so cringeworthy. She's going to say that AOC is a coward because AOC didn't talk to her.
But wasn't she not there, though? I think... Like, what, is she supposed to contact you? I don't know, maybe you contact her first or you go...
Yeah, she wasn't there. Like, you showed up and she wasn't there, so why is she a coward if she didn't...
Yeah, I mean, unless she's gonna say, no, I know this person is in here. Like, you're just lying because you knew I... It's like, yeah, that's so true.
Oh, you were coming to her office.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna get to talk to her.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is sort of a giveaway when she's wearing Ben TikTok. And this motherfucker is too. That's hilarious. Like, the other ones are wearing fucking ties and, like, formal outfits and shit. Like, these two. That's fucking amazing. Like, their setup right here. Where the fuck even are they? Like, in the White House? Like, where is Sandy Cortez at usually? Like, no, like some Congress place? What the fuck even is this? Like, anybody's allowed to go there? Hello? Dude, oh my god, is my stream seems to... Okay, 449. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
I wanted to watch this clip.
Annoying.
Okay, so I don't think we're gonna get to talk to her. I don't know if it's really telling, so I don't think they want to talk to us. Dear AOC, please don't lie about American citizens. Love, Chaya.
She's not even going to read. And I'm always just laughing. Or like, this fucking lady.
What's so funny is that Sandy Cortez would not exist as a public figure were it not for social media. She literally filmed herself applying makeup.
Why does he keep calling her Sandy Cortez? There's something very...
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, that's sort of what everybody calls her, isn't it? I don't know, I sort of call her that. Because Tucker calls her that. And I saw some moron. I forgot who it was. I think... Yeah, I saw TYT get triggered over that. I think they called him racist over it, so now I'm going to keep saying it. Like, either that or some
very creepy about that. It gives me very weird vibes. Sandy Cortez.
That's fucking hilarious. Like, that's some nickname. Just because, like, no one takes her seriously, so let's go by it. It's like, it triggers people. Yeah, let's go. That's fucking amazing. Like, let's give her... Dude, we call Ron DeSantis Ron the Sanctimonious. This motherfucker could go by Sandy Cortez. Like, that's fucking... That's funny that people are making a deal over. Like, Tucker's just giving her a nickname, and it's like, let's go.
Like, should we...
Because, like, who the fuck wants to say Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? And it's like, motherfucker, that's like 11 syllables. Fucking 11, no. 4 versus 11, better.
We call him Tucky? Dick Tuck?
Yeah, Tucky. Sure, dude. I mean, you could call him Tucky. That's fucking epic. I'm sure he would have no problem with that. That's more of a left-wing
Like,
thing to get.
why are you calling her Sandy Cortez randomly? Like, it's like one of those creepy old men hitting on younger women. They're like,
what? As if Tucker Carlson was into her. He has a wife, dude. They've been happily married. Like, that was his high school girlfriend. It's like, they've been together. I don't think Tucker's gonna try to slam on AOC anytime soon, dude. I think he's just making fun of her, like, ridiculing her. I don't think that's him trying to hit on her. I don't even know what the... I'm sure that is an origin. Otherwise, he wouldn't have randomly started calling her some random thing. I'm sure that is context.
hey, Sandy. Like, that's the vibes that I get from this. Maybe I'm alone, but,
Yeah, you're probably fucking alone. Other than, like, some weird-ass Democrats. I don't know. That's weird.
Stupid. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Tucky.
Staff seems shocked that maybe this is on video. Hi, Right Chick is the founder of Libs of TikTok, and the woman you just saw in that video. She joins us now. Hi, thank you so much for coming on.
Dude,
I mean,
she looks transgender. To be honest, she fucking does. You have to admit it. She looks transgender. She does. Like, she just does. Imagine if she was actually trans. That'd be like the next George Santos if that were true. But like, oh my god, imagine.
I'm glad to be here, Dick Tuck. I gotta bust out the Tucker Carlson graphic. I have it. We'll do that after this.
Do you think that...
Let me see. Dude, this live stream is being so fucking poggers right now, and no one's feeling it. I'm mad.
She would own up to the provable lie she told about you? I mean, she
The
claimed...
provable lie. Motherfucker, you are so brazen. You inspired bomb threats against Boston Children's Hospital.
Tucker Carlson actually repeated that, and even recently, like, he's still going on that, and it's like, dude, you should, like, you should face the evidence. Like, this has been long enough. Like, you've been saying this over and over again, and it's like, yeah, I think, like, on this, the Humanist Report is right. Like, Tucker Carlson should start being more critical of his publishers. Like, if they're... like, that type of stuff, you at least owe it to them to double-check them.
And
sometimes.
it was based on claims that you made. You made it seem as if children were being...
I know some stories just sound too good to double-check. And, like, when news comes out to Tucker, yeah, children are being mutilated. I get why such a story would feel just too good to double-check. Like, Vsauce covered that type of shit. Like, there are stories that just sound too good to double-check, but, like, that is your job. Like, you have to do this. You have
mutilated, and now you're mad that one
Like, I know it's hard, but
maker
you're
called
paying
you
for this,
out for it. Like, get over yourself.
And Tucker usually does a good job at this. Is like one of those instances. Nobody's perfect, but like this did damages, dude. Like you don't want to keep saying that. You should like they could sue you over this, and they would be in the way. I'm surprised they haven't. But like Tucker, you might wanna like chart on that, or like research into that, because yeah, like it didn't happen. Boston's Children's Hospital, they don't do that on minors.
Happened that you proved on video did happen.
Like, at least he should address that. He should address like this whole thing, and like break it down, because it's worth it. Like, it's a.
Did you think she would admit that?
AOC claimed that I lied about Boston Children's Hospital. She claimed that I
You
inspired a
did.
bomb threat.
Yeah, dude, I have to keep pointing out how transgendered she looks. But I fucking love the 4 webcams. She really does look
And
transgender.
I absolutely had no expectation
Yeah,
for
she-
her to own.
I mean, she didn't necessarily know that it was true, but I mean, yeah, like it sort of goes back to that like the baited podcast on Grady Underway. What is a lie? A lie is you making a false statement that you know is false. You making a false statement isn't necessarily a lie. Just like when Tucker predicted that like Republicans would win in the midterms, like, was he lying? No, like, he was just wrong. And it's like, you don't know that she... I mean, at least I don't know that she knew that this was a lie. Like, apparently, from what I've heard, I think from Secular Talk, she's also a left-wing commentator, by the way, so there's no reason for them to lie about this. But maybe it was the Humanist Report. Apparently, she called into a hotline at Boston's Children's Hospital and asked them, do you perform these surgeries on minors? And since they do perform these surgeries, like, she said, like, for a 16-year-old, what she was saying, she was like, hey, I'm a 16-year-old, like, would you perform this surgery on me? Like, the person didn't really know what the hell was, like, they just weren't really informed. But it's like, before spouting a story like that, it's like Libs of TikTok, it's like, they're sort of an independent little, like, person just posting memes and shit. But, like, Tucker Carlson, like, come on, dude.
Going up to it.
Like, you
I went
gotta
to her
know.
office and I was ready to sit down with her and get to the bottom.
And I know this is, like, on many levels, this is probably not Tucker's fault. Like, it's his editing. Like, they're giving him the news. But it's like, dude, I really wished he hold himself to higher standards. Because, like, at this point, his ideology has gone full, like, dude, the libs, they aren't serious about anything. It's not even worth, like, questioning whether or not... Like, no, let's just go off of the, like, premise that, like, they're probably lying about anything. So it's not even really that worth it. No, it absolutely is. You have to fact check something like that. And, like, your news team is not doing that for you. Like, your news team, Tucker, they're, I don't know, they're sort of doing your duty here. Like, you should check in on them. Like, I don't know, dude, this is...
Bottom of this and explain it. And she, I don't know if she was in the office or not, but she cowered away. I don't think she would ever face...
I don't know if she was in the office or not, but she cowered away. Now, ask yourself...
That's actually pretty funny that I just realized that she's... Dude, I swear to God, I'm so fucking high. If the Humanist Report hadn't brought that up, I wouldn't have noticed it. Dude, I have to see this. I was just concentrate on... They just have pictures of AOC, just like... I just couldn't help but look at that. It's like, I didn't even notice what she said.
Sit down with her and get to the bottom of this and explain it. And she, I don't know if she was in the office or not, but she cowered away. I don't think she would ever face...
I don't know if she was in the office or not, but she cowered away. Now, ask yourself this question, Dick Tuck and Kaya.
Let's fucking go.
If she wasn't there, how would it be possible that she cowered away? She didn't know you were going to show up. Okay? She looks so much more gigantic compared to him. Like, the side-by-side here. Like, this is...
Yeah. Dude, her fucking webcam. Like, that is pretty hilarious, though. She might be trans. Y'all should look into that.
This is just jarring to me. But, like, really maybe if you actually wanted to talk to her, you could have, I don't know, tried to make an appointment with her. Yeah. Now, it's AOC. She knows you're a complete fraud and a grifter, so she probably wouldn't have met with you.
Yeah.
But to say that she cowered away when she had no clue that you were even at her office is extremely disingenuous and cringeworthy because you're trying to make it seem as if you're some sort of a tough person.
I think she's just fucking retarded. Like, retardation doesn't count as disingenuity.
Puffing out your chest, but you just look like a fucking moron. Yeah, why the long face, Kaya? Literally, like...
Maybe it's true.
Her face is twice as long as Tucky's. Like, goddamn.
Nah, dude, I think she just puts her hairline is like sphages before he actually had surgery to change that, the natural guy, you know? And it's like, bro, I'm very surprised that Vegan Games didn't realize that. Like, the irony of that, before Frank Tefano brought it up. Like, I saw... Dude, that was fucking hilarious, but, yeah, anyway. Dude, that is, like, dude, her hairline looks very receding. Like, that is undeniably true, but, yeah, maybe different camera angles, too. That... Okay, like, dude, I have all the fucking weed in the world, bro. It's so good. Let's fucking go. So, zero view, yeah, we get it. Gay, alright, yeah, whatever. Dude, is it? Maybe I should, like, not still be in here. My internet is gonna fucking die. Oh, yeah, let me Oh, is there a new person now? Okay, joins. Oh, fucking yeah, it's my alt account. Dude, I thought what a new person. Fucking gay. Dude, I was really excited there for a second.
What being evil does to you. If you look at the evil people, like, being evil actually physically drains the life from them. Except for Tucky. He just always looks confused.
Or ever have a discussion about it. But I, as an American citizen, I don't appreciate...
Oh, trans flag! Oh, a trans flag! Like, are you triggered? Like, these people are so stupid. They're so cringeworthy, I swear to God.
That is in front of millions of people. So I wanted to confront her.
Oh, I don't want to be defamed in front of millions of people, but it's okay for me to defame just normal queer teachers in front of millions of people. I'm the defamer, okay? How dare you give me a taste of my own medicine? Shut the fuck up, Kaya Rychik. I love how you have to, like, open the shirt so that way they could see your dumbass slogan of ban TikTok. Very free speech of you. You
it's
fucking
like all of it would not be showing if her breasts would not. Dude, it legit looks like they applied a bulge effect like right there. I don't know why. Like, I'm a video editor, so like, dude, it's probably because I'm hot.
moron. If TikTok were banned, then who would you slander? How would you?
Yeah, she has a Twitter.
You
account.
find LGBTQ plus people to accuse of being pedophiles?
No, it's probably a meme though.
If TikTok was banned.
It's probably just to offend libtards. It's probably like people who wear the shirt XD kill gays, bro. It's like I don't know. Is that even bro? Like people who wear offensive ass shirts for the sake of it, like there are some legit at Walmart and they're the most fucking AIDS ones you could ever imagine. It's like dude, some people just like offending libtards. Like it's funny. You should try it someday. It's actually funny. Their reactions are, well, pretty predictable actually, but it's still funny.
She cowered.
I mean, and thank you for adding details there that I should have added in the intro. She accused you of inspiring violence.
She literally did. Holy shit.
Effectively.
Except that a bomb threat. Is that really violence? I mean, it's like it's bad. I'm pretty sure the place was evacuated, and yeah, that does incite fear, because what if there's a real? Apparently there were multiple bomb threats, and like these people don't necessarily know what's next, and it's not like they're doing something wrong. And it's like, oh, we could. It's like they're just doing their job. Like people are going to go over there and tell them to stop doing something that they aren't doing. So it's not like they could just stop doing whatever that is because they shouldn't be doing it, apparently, which I don't even agree that's the case. Yeah, like if you need I don't know, we just gonna be like, oh well, this thing, like, oh yeah, you have a disorder, a disease, and like you need to be cured for that. Oh well, this specific disease, since there's some fucking retarded controversy over it, yeah, like we're just gonna wait till you're like a certain age before we and it's like, yeah, we're going to ruin people's childhood, like not allow them to live in the body that they feel comfortable in until they are adults. So pretty much ruin their childhoods. And like for what exactly? Because like the very low percentage that will go back on their decision, well, that low percentage are people who detransitioned, so they went back to what. So clearly that is reversible. Like you don't see any people who are like whenever people talk to, like, conservatives are talking to this person who's like, I made such a bad decision, like it's so horrible, I transitioned into, like, you see them and they're back to their original thing. So like you'll never see them interview a woman who looks like a woman and is like, dude, actually no, I realize, no, I'm actually not a woman, I'm a man. Like that was just some like fucking weird bullshit going on in my mind. But yeah, I went back on my decision and I'm a man, but like this is irreversible, dude. I'm gonna have to look like a woman forever. And it's like, this is my fate, bro. This is what the Democratic Party did to me, bro. Like, no one's gonna, like, they don't ever have interviews like this where like the person's like, dude, now I'm stuck actually being in the wrong body. Because, well, yeah, they like I got tricked into this shit of thinking the transgender bullshit was real, and like I transitioned and now I'm a woman, and now like there's nothing I could do, bro. Irreversible. It's like now I'm actually in the wrong body. It's like dude, I sound like such a beta when I said that. Anyway, I mean I fucking am, to be honest, but yeah, soy boy, that's what I meant. But
a criminal act.
Yeah, and she is unfortunately protected by legislative privilege, so she is allowed to lie about me in a committee hearing, and not just that, but she's using her position of power to call on big tech to censor people who she disagrees with. That's what she did.
Excuse me, you're gonna talk about censorship? You literally are trying to get an entire fucking app with millions of users in the United...
No, good framing, okay? Framing matters, context matters. Dude, people are dying of cancer and it's not okay. Okay, you would agree with me on this, okay? You want free healthcare, buddy? Like, she wants to stop people from dying of cancer, okay? TikTok is cancer, and she wants to ban cancer. Why wouldn't you be against banning cancer? It's like, you're the pro-free healthcare guy. Like, you want cancer banned, don't you? I mean, fucking don't you? Isn't that obvious? That should be a no-brainer.
States completely banned. I mean, for any censorship that AOC may or may not have endorsed,
dude, we're in favor of censoring cancer
which
cells.
I don't agree with that claim, by the way, but for any censorship that you say AOC supported, what you're supporting is orders of magnitude worse. You want an entire app banned. Completely
No. We want a disease banned. Again, right framing.
Distinguishing
Framing matters.
millions of voices in the United States. I mean, the audacity of these people. Like, they say things that are so hypocritical. Like, this is why I believe that God is not real, because if God was real, he'd strike these motherfuckers down with lightning like that. They're just so disingenuous, right? Like,
it's fucking...
it's they're so insufferable. I can't take it.
Hearing, and that is really scary.
It's really scary.
It's
And
so
thank you
scary.
for trying to face her directly, which is a nice thing to do.
Dude, oh my god, this video was very, very radical, by the way. I think I covered, like, that was, let me see, was that the video that wait, I think I made a post about that, actually, somebody, I mean, someone, let's fucking go, yeah, yeah, no wonder this isn't getting yeah, like, oh god. I want to see the Humanist Report react to this. Now, that one was fucking insane.
In a social media age. Hi, Ray Chick. Libs of TikTok.
Like, I completely disagree with that.
Well, thank you, Dick Tuck. I'm glad that you're acknowledging my bravery
God,
here,
let's go
because
back.
yeah, it is actually very brave to take a camera and go to
Dude, apparently last time he did something like that. Like, retards were actually stupid enough to believe that this was real.
Politician's
It's
office,
hilarious.
knowing that there's a 99.9% chance they're not going to be there, and then calling them a coward when I don't get a meeting with them immediately. So I appreciate you acknowledging my bravery, Dick Tuck. Thank you, Tucky. I really appreciate the kindness here. Thank you for giving me a platform. Now I need to get back to showing you TikToks of teachers who I'm going to call pedophiles.
Oh,
so
dude,
thank you.
Did he?
Thank you for having me.
Oh no, that was probably like somebody was having a long ass monologue. Like, that's probably what he's.
I hope that Tucker Carlson and Chaya Rychik both stub their toes. I hope they stub their toes real hard. I'm just gonna put that out there. They both deserve it.
Okay. That's. Dude, I think it's safe to say that TYT has lost it, and this guy's hairline, holy shit, talking about a receding
Have you wondered
hairline, this is a whole new fucking thing.
why African tribal men are 15 long? And no, it has nothing to do with genetics.
Of course, dude, they are just such virtue signalers. No, by the way, let me just bring that up. his take is completely rational. So some parents are abusing their kids. They are not putting their kids into life for like their own kids. They're doing it for selfish reasons. They they know they are not able to afford having yet another fucking kid, and usually these people have multiple kids, all of which they can't afford. They can barely afford they can barely afford a fucking living themselves, and they know they aren't going to be able to give their kids a decent close to close to an equal opportunity with the system of meritocracy. They can't fucking afford anything, and it's like they can't afford to give their kids a separate room to have some privacy to live in. They just stack them on top of one another, like in the same room and shit. Like, they legit have no regard for their children's basic needs and basic decency for them. Like, they're just having more and more kids just for selfish oh, I want another kid. Whatever, the government's gonna pay for it. Like, these kids will live in misery. They will be the poorest of the poorest who aren't gonna get to help them in school. They're never gonna get anywhere. And we're just gonna keep breeding them in. The government's gonna pay for it. Like, we'll just be I'm just gonna be a parasite on everybody else. And like, these kids are going to live horrible lives, and well, I can't afford to feed them. Well, my kids are gonna be some, well, what do I care? Am I not gonna make a new kid if I can't fucking afford to feed them? Oh, well, of course I am, because, well, it doesn't matter. If my kids starve, I'll just get the virtue signal about the government, like, killing my kid, instead of me realizing, maybe I shouldn't be selfish and put people on this earth if I can't take care of them, because they become my responsibility when I bear a child. So, if you choose to bear a child and, like, you don't even have the basic human decency towards that child to either not have them if you can't afford to have them, or like actually have them if you can abide by the basic human decency of giving them, well, some at least remotely close to an equal opportunity, as opposed to other average people who aren't just living in just like, you don't have to have more kids if you're really poor. Like, you don't need more kids. If you can't afford to have a kid, if you can't afford to have another kid, don't. Like, it might suck for you, but making a kid, you shouldn't do it for selfish. Oh, well, I should get the right to have a kid too, right? It's like, that's not. Well, you making a kid, that's not for you. Like, you fucking selfish assholes. Like, I'm sorry, but homeless people, yeah, it sucks for them. I think we should help them for sure. Like, we set up anti-homeless infrastructure to prevent them from sleeping in nice places. It would have cost us less to just fucking house them. Why didn't we just do that? So, I mean, it sucks. I definitely think we're not treating the homeless well, but I mean, as much as I'm in favor of helping them, as much as I'm in favor of housing them, even if the left is going to go for maximizing well-being, if they're gonna be like, well, take care of those in need, like those were the most in need. Maybe, yeah, I'd be completely for the left finally adhering to their principles and taking care of the biggest issues we have, such as that. But if you're homeless and the government isn't about to house you, it's like, dude, you shouldn't have a kid. That is immoral. Your kid is going to be homeless. They're not going to have a house. And guess what? They're going to be miserable. They aren't going to have any opportunities. And it's like, yeah, they'd be better off not having to be born. It's like, if you can't afford to feed your own children, if you can't afford to make a living yourself, don't have kids because you can't afford them. Like, Jesus Christ. And what Ben Shapiro said was like, yeah, if these child abusers, they just keep being fucking selfish, keep, like, breeding themselves in for selfish reasons instead of realizing, like, no, like, this shouldn't be our choice to make, to just put more people into life, put more people into misery that they didn't choose to be in. No, they shouldn't be allowed to do that, and if they do, well, we should take their kids away from them, because they shouldn't have to live with parents who care so little about their basic human rights that they're just gonna keep having more and more of them, just because, well, they feel like it. Like, no, if you don't even care that, like, oh, well, you have, like, 5 different kids now, just all in one room. Like, you live in a fucking trailer and you have 7 kids. How the fuck are you gonna fit another one in there? Well, let's find out. If your parents, consider your birth, if they care so little about giving you acceptable living conditions and assuring you have at least remotely close to equal opportunity, you're going to get to live by the same standards as the average person. If they care so little about giving you a great life, if they're going to give life at all, because that's what they owe any life they put into existence, well, yeah, maybe it's not that unreasonable to say, if they care so little about you and they're your parents, yeah, maybe they aren't the best gods to have you under.
That's our branding.
I don't necessarily agree with straight up taking the kids away from their parents, but like, I'm not sure where I stand on that. I mean, I think there are much bigger issues that they care. Let's just say that. So, I'd be in favor of taking care of bigger issues first. But, I mean, what Ben is saying isn't unreasonable. Like, it just fucking isn't. Oh, I had... Oh, yeah, I knew I was missing. So, where's the fucking graph, dude? There's a graph somewhere, and it's like, where the fuck is that graph? Where's the graph? Okay, here it is. Some point I had, yeah, that didn't last. Had one view, so, okay, by the way, okay, yeah, I was scared that I'd be, like, down here, you know? I remember, dude, I'm so sad. To this, I will always be, just, what's it called? I will always be fucking mourning my Minecraft channel getting banned. Dude, I had so many live streams where, like, I wasn't checking, and I just, like, get down here, and for, like, 20 minutes in the live stream, I'd be, like, down here, like, down here sometimes. Nah, I'd be, like, down here, or, like, or over here, or, like, over here. Yeah, I'd be over here a lot. That'd be, like, yeah, I hate when I'd record videos and then I'd realize that, like, for half of the thing... Dude, that happened in one of my very first one of my survival Let's Play videos. Like, I don't think I ever released that one for that reason. That was gonna be episode 11, I think. It's, like, episode 13. Like, half of it, I realized... Dude, I still have that. If I ever blow up, I might release it and edit it, which I fucking haven't yet. But I think I have like 2 or 3 videos that I have never released on that. Dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Dude, that's fucking retarded. I need to stop doing that. Anyway. Dude, what in the fuck? Okay, Jesus, I have a lot of dumb shit open.
Trump is a criminal.
It's legally pathetic. It's clickbait. It is an unbelievable abuse of justice. Pure balderdash.
My heart is broken. I had some tears in my eyes.
Looking a little emotional.
That's fucking amazing, and this guy was on top.
No, I feel the same way.
Okay, so you see some people there who are actually aggrieved. They're feeling rage. They're feeling sadness. Some of them have been outed already as deeply despising Donald Trump, but they know that they need to pretend to care about the charges that he's facing, so they're doing their best. And at the same time, they're attempting to convince...
Jesse did not. Like, Jesse did not. Like, that was fucking hilarious. Like, on the 5 water here, like... Like, he just looked like such a troll.
It's their audience that the charges that Trump are facing is not just about him and the things that he's done. This is something much bigger and much more dangerous. Watch.
If there's a mugshot of Donald Trump, it'll be in dorm rooms and on T-shirts. He is an OG.
Even if convicted, that's not going to stop him.
Donald Trump could.
That is true. I fucking love Gutfeld. Dude, I love how they played. And Trump is an OG. Gutfeld is the champ.
Run in part on saying, I'm going to pardon
This is why this is a good late night show, okay? This guy is
myself and go after the deep
Sam
state.
Tito is wrong.
It's not open for debate that we live in a police state.
It's like Stalin's purges.
We're crossing the Rubicon here.
This is a political Rubicon that has been crossed.
They have crossed the Rubicon.
Basically, it's one party hunting another.
It almost feels like they're pushing the population to react.
It is a war on conservatism and MAGA.
They want you to strike out.
People better be careful, and that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah. So many of them saying they want war. We're going to give you a couple of examples of that. In some cases, you have them pushing back, saying, "Don't do that. Don't give them what they want." But all too often, these pundits are just saying it's almost like they want you to strike back. Back to you. Like, I feel like you have a responsibility, maybe following the coup.
Dude, you're going to virtue signal so much over that. Dude, I can't believe he said that. Like, this is what TYT is best at. In fact, that's all they do. Dude, I can't. Where's Anarchist Parian where you need her? Is she gonna be on there? Like, dude, Anarchist Parian is the best at doing that because she's a female, so she gets to play the victim. Well, Cenk Uygur, like, he's an immigrant, but he sort of doesn't do that a lot, playing the victim. And it's just
to say that violence is a bad thing and we shouldn't pursue it. But anyway, they're going through a lot, clearly.
Yeah, so look, guys, there's two different kinds of political prosecutions, not persecutions, okay? So one is politically motivated, and that's the Banana Republic thing that everybody talks about. I think the best example of that is what they did to Lula in Brazil.
But I need to look up what a Banana Republic is, because I've only ever seen that in, like, Super Monkey, like, that, yeah, Bloons Tower Defense, like, Bloons Tower Defense, like, 5, I think you could buy a Banana Republic, and like when they say like it's one of those types of governments, they say, oh, it's where money is in politics, which, I mean, money is in politics, but like where money enters the court trial, which that's not supposed to be political. I'm sorry about that.
So the right wing saw someone who was incredibly.
But yeah, money shouldn't be in politics either. Like small dollar donations, again, that's some that France does that, like. That's good. Like, libtard countries, I hate that country to be. Like, they don't have the Second Amendment and murder rates on through the roof, dude. They also don't have school shootings. I mean, small of a percentage of gun violence deaths as that is. I mean, it's always a nice perk. I mean, you can't argue with that, right?
Popular progressive. He was in office. And he was, among other things, wanted the natural resources of Brazil to be for the people of Brazil. I think his popularity was like 78%, etc. They literally invented corruption charges against him. And of all people, Glenn Greenwald, back when he was sane, had done.
I'm so high.
Sources of Brazil to be for the people of Brazil. I think his popularity was like 78%, etc. They literally invented corruption charges against him. And of all people, Glenn Greenwald, back when he was sane, had done brilliant reports.
Yeah, I was wondering when someone was going to bring that up because, yeah, I brought that up when, like, everybody was saying, dude, like, if Trump is indicted, like, Secular Talk was saying, yeah, it was Secular Talk. It was like, bro, like, I mean, let's be real, like, Trump is going to lose the normie vote even more than he already has. Like, him fucking retweeting QAnon shit or whatever, apparently on Twitter, and like January 6th bullshit that like, yeah, she said march peacefully and patriotically, but like, whatever, dude, how it was perceived, okay, well, that's what we're talking about, right? It's like, dude, like, he's just gonna drift even more away from the normie vote, and he's like, dude, if a president has been indicted, they will not win. And it's like, bro, I was wondering when a Democrat would, like, bring that up. like about this whole thing. Bro, this weed is fucking
reporting on that and exposed it 100%. So that's where you make up evidence. And
like, I hate this shit. I have multiple vapes, and all of them at the level was just fucking plastic. You know, like it's like you get a little buzz, but it's little and it's unpleasant. The fucking thing of it. Like, bro, I use them all the way down. Like, it sucks. Like, the flavor becomes fucking AIDS, but dude, I mean, I still fucking do it. I mean, like, because fuck, dude, I'm saving up, dude. It's for the planet. Okay, that's what I'm fucking. I'm not wasting.
and you
dude,
go
I need to shut the
unjustly imprison a political opponent. Then there's the other kind.
Like, actually, it's because I was gonna buy another vape, and like, it didn't show up, bro. It's like, fuck, bro.
Where you say, okay, somebody in power did something wrong. We should hold them accountable. That is not a banana republic. That's actually the opposite of a banana republic. So, for example, in France, Sarkozy has been up on several charges. He used to be the leader of the country. Well, yes, but one of them, by the way, I believe is on campaign finance violations. Well, if you break the law and there's fraud and corruption charges, Netanyahu was under corruption charges. So there's tons of places where there's someone who's in charge that breaks the law, and in a developed country, you hold them accountable because there is such a thing as rule of law.
I know why. I felt like that was something he said, like, I don't know, fucking, like, at least 4 months ago or something. Like, dude, I forgot about that shit. Or maybe it's new, but like, that doesn't surprise me. That's fucking hilarious. Ron DeSantis, who you endorsed him. If you hadn't endorsed him, he would be nothing. But you endorse somebody who would otherwise have been I don't know, that's sort of out of character. Like, I know you're given that populist approach, but like, I know, I sort of look at like what you say, what you do. That's probably what you say because you're a politician, and politicians have to say that about how you should judge politicians, so that they know that their citizens like understand that you understand what they're looking for in you, right? But like, yeah, dude.
The question isn't, is the person a politician? Because they should never get a pass for being a politician, and they should not be persecuted for being a politician.
Yeah, exactly.
The question is,
well, then the question is, has he committed, say, other crimes that are actually crimes, and maybe prosecute him on those crimes instead of prosecuting him on some that wasn't a crime, like paying hush money with campaign donations? That's not a crime. That campaign, like, you're supposed to use campaign donations to help out your campaign, and that would include, like, getting rid of things that might be slander that would hurt your campaign. So Donald Trump claims that this whole allegation is false. It would have hurt his campaign, and so he paid that hush money with his campaign donations, and that contributes to his campaign. So it's exactly what campaign money is supposed to be used for. I mean, yeah, you like that specific situation. Yeah, that's would be very typical of Trump, and that's obviously not like specifically what campaign money is designed to specifically tend to go to. I said specifically like fucking twice, and fucking retarded, dude. But anyway, like, yeah, obviously that type of shit, that's out of the norm. That looks pretty bad on him, right? But it's like, yeah, legally speaking, I don't see why that would be a problem. That's contributing to his campaign.
The law, or didn't they? Now, if you notice, none of those guys, they just keep saying like,
dude, and again, the guy accepted campaign donations, like, what, like, dude, he accepted personal donations, I'm pretty sure, from Saudi Arabia to, like, then he allowed them to commit a genocide in Yemen. That's illegal, by the way, I've heard. And yeah, fucking obviously. And he even funded that genocide. That is a crime. He's not allowed to do that. He can't do that. No. Prosecute him on that.
It's just ridiculous that they charged him on this. They don't say that he didn't do it because everyone knows he definitely did it. They're just saying, well, it had something to do with sex, and that seems silly. And now, technical violations, bookkeeping. Now you're supposed to keep your books right?
Well,
yeah, you're supposed to keep your books right.
Something to do with sex didn't matter when Bill Clinton was in office to any of these people.
Yeah, when it was about Bill Clinton, on something far, far, far less. They're like,
I didn't hear a fucking word he said.
None of those guys, they just keep saying like, it's just ridiculous that they charged him on this. They don't say that he didn't do it because everyone knows he definitely did it. They're just saying, well, it had something to do with sex, and that seems silly. And now, technical violations, bookkeeping. Now you're supposed to keep your books right?
Well,
yeah, you're supposed to keep your books right.
Something to do with sex didn't matter when Bill Clinton was in office to any of these people.
Yeah, when it was about Bill Clinton, on something far, far, far less. They're like, put him away, right? When it's Trump and he's broken like half a dozen laws in this one case, they're like, whatever, man. Okay, no.
No, I feel like caring about Bill Clinton and his privacy, yeah, I don't know any of the specifics. I wasn't into politics back then. It's just not important. But if someone is asked in front of I don't care if they're on fucking what's it called? Dude, like under oath. If the person puts them under oath and then starts asking them questions like, did you have a fucking affair with this person? It's like, no, you don't fucking ask me. Like, that's an invasion of your privacy. That's none of your fucking business. That's none of anyone's business. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Shut the fuck up. Who the fuck are you to be asking me that? I mean, that's a genuine, like, no, telling someone, hey, you have to tell the truth, okay? Okay, you had an affair, buddy? It's like saying, hey, so by the way, I know, do you have a crush on this person? Huh? Like, look, your wife's sitting right there. Tell me, buddy. You better answer honestly. It's like, no, you shouldn't have to fucking answer honestly. That's fucking insane. It's like, yeah, if someone is asking you questions that are none of their fucking business, and you lie about it, yeah, you're just protecting your, I mean, no shit. It's their fault for asking a question that was none of their fucking business. So I feel like if you're pro-liberty, you'd probably take Bill Clinton's side, actually. But yeah, I don't know those I don't know details. I don't care.
Whatever, man, is not a legal defense. So, and all these guys, none of them even mean it, to what John said earlier. These guys.
And by the way, didn't Bill Clinton get away with
Guys,
it?
half of them, no. What am I talking about? 98% of them hate Trump, right? So they go out there and they do this performative theatrics where they're like, I almost cried, I had tears in my eyes, right? And then they encourage the violence.
To be fair, look at your show. It's like, we did. Like, do I even need to fucking say it? Like, dude, I think I rest my fucking case, okay? Look at every single thing that has ever been posted to your show. Like, point fucking proof.
And they're like, I'm not saying people should do something, but like.
Well, yeah, this guy, by the way, goes after Trump for making conspiracy theories. This guy's a huge conspiracy.
I mean, they did everything but wait.
Like, he loves to analyze people's intentions. When someone like Tucker was against all violence, condemns January 6th, condemns the Black Lives Matter riots, condemns all violence, all wars, even apparently convinced Trump, while he was president, not to start a new stupid war that like he was going to start. So Tucker is against violence, he's against war, he's against rioting, all that shit in general, he's against breaking things. He's made that very clear. Like, dude, wait.
People should do something, but
yeah, as if he wanted all that shit to happen, he's condemned it. He's condemned all that. This fucking dude.
Like, I mean, they did all.
He's good at he's good at his facial expressions, okay?
Everything but wink. You saw the video. They're like, oh, they're crossing the Rubicon. And there's one last thing about crossing the Rubicon. It's not just threats of potential street violence and stochastic terrorism. It is a warning. If you come for our lawbreakers, we're going to come for your politicians, whether they broke the law or didn't break the law. We don't care. We're going to.
Wait, who actually said that? Like, the like news, like one of the hosts on the Daily Wire, who just like, I don't know, before he was sort of like some standard guy. I guess he, like, nobody really talked about. He was sort of known, I guess, but like, yeah, that the guy just went full like ban transgenderism. Like he just had pretty much a Kanye type fucking revolution in his brain. Just started getting super radical. Like trying to go full into the, dude, I'm gonna be the most radical of the radicals. I'm gonna out-radical all you motherfuckers. It's like, I'm gonna be that ban mask. If you wear a mask, you go to prison for 10 years. How about that? It's like, he'd be that type of guy. Like, he just, well, dude.
Gonna pretend the lawbreakers. We're gonna come for your politician.
Yeah, this is the only guy I have ever heard saying that shit. 2 millions. I think it's that guy right here. What's his name? Dude,
well, folks, South Park.
Ben Shapiro is the. Wait, that's not the Daily Wire? What? Yeah, Daily Wire. Okay, wait, what? Apollo 11?
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
This is not a Flat Earth movie, but if it is... What? I think it's David... No, it's not. It's not, no. Not David Pacman. That's probably... What was this guy? Did he get kicked off? No, this is a... Dude, what was this... What is a woman focus group reacts? Okay, I see her. I know her. What was your Yeah, this guy. This fucking dude. Okay, I don't know his name, but yeah, he exists anyway. Wrong thing. Okay.
Whether they broke the law or didn't break the law, we don't care. We're gonna pretend.
Yeah, I only ever heard that.
This isn't about the law. We're going to pretend that we're just randomly prosecuting politicians on both sides so that when I come to arrest your political leaders randomly.
Yeah, so one single Republican has said that, and the rest are not saying that. You're just making that shit up. That's a conspiracy theory, dude.
My followers will say, oh yeah, we're just striking back. So what that they didn't break?
And by the way, none of his conspiracy theories so far that I've heard have come true.
The law. So what? Okay, they did it to us.
Thought I'd mention
guaranteed. That is what they will say, word for word.
Yeah. And there's, you know, the other part of it is that they're saying things.
Might be what Libs of TikTok says. Might be what this fucking retard.
Just to create this echo chamber, and that happens by accident too. Is that
you're in an echo chamber too? Look at what you cover. It's like. Yeah.
They do create this. I mean, say you looked at the bridge that they showed those people out on. There aren't a lot of people in the streets upset about this. They're making this happen because the people that watch their shows are pretty excited about it, and they're wrong about it. As Johnny pointed out early in the show, New York doesn't release mugshots, and I don't disagree. That's the only person I don't disagree with. That mugshot, it'll be Donald Trump with his $1 million smile. It's not going to be some somber guy in a jumpsuit. It's going to, I would say, become very popular once it's leaked by TMZ or whoever would let it out. But they don't release those things. You cannot also pardon pardon someone federally. Only Governor Hochul, I think, can pardon Donald Trump, and I don't see that happening. You can't pardon someone from, if Trump were to become president again, he could not pardon himself in a state crime. That will play later in the federal crimes that he will likely be indicted for. So this is, you know, they're just grasping at straws. I'm sure none of them know who crossed the Rubicon in the first place. They're saying.
Does this have any more substance in it? Do we care? Do we care about any of this? I mean, no. No, actually, we don't. Let's see if we actually went to the moon.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
What I gotta see, because I'm a moron and like this doesn't matter, so I'm going to look at it.
4, 3.
Let's see if we have a pride flag, so I can
2, 1.
Have a mental. Okay, let's see. Okay, good, bro. Dude, no, dude, we weren't always woke. Back then, we weren't woke. The good old days of no woke. That looks so much better. Imagine if there was... Oh, bro, that would have, like, ruined the, like... Dude, I'm just... Okay.
1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Not because it is easy, but because it is hard. A badly humiliated nation would show the world, but mostly we'd show ourselves, the kind of country we were by doing the hardest thing ever attempted. You know, Kennedy got it all in those first 7 words. We choose to go to the moon. That was the hard part, just deciding that we were going to go. Everything else was a mere engineering problem. Now, in part 1 of what we saw, we'll start with the real-time catastrophe that was unwinding behind the images of a Model LEM landing on a plaster moon. And then, to really understand why we made this commitment, we'll go back to before the beginning of the space race, into the world of cap guns and cowboys and Indians, of fallout shelters and H-bombs, and of the steady beeping from a 1,000-pound Soviet cylinder as a dead dog flew over our country 16 times a day.
Roger, understand. Go for landing.
Was he?
Okay, we got good lock on.
Since when? The dog was dead?
Altitude lights out.
He said it
LA is minus 2,900. Roger, we copy. That's the Earth right out our front window. Houston, you're looking at our Delta E. That's affirmative. Program alarm. Looking good to us, over. 1202. 1202.
Okay, let's hold it right there. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin are almost exactly halfway from the start of PDI, that's the Powered Descent Initiation, and touchdown on the lunar surface. They're standing side by side in an ungainly, asymmetrical, shockingly delicate vehicle named Eagle. They have about 5 minutes left until touchdown. They have simulated this scenario hundreds of times before. The entire point of simulation.
I wonder if this guy's a flat earther. That'd be hilarious if they actually platformed one.
Is to make the simulator tougher than reality. Any number of glitches, failures, spikes, cutouts, runaway thrusters, ice in a fuel line, loss of communications, loss of radar, loss of the flight computer, all of it. Everything that could possibly go wrong on this final 5 minutes.
I wonder if am I just high? Like, I genuinely wonder if this guy's gonna come out like in favor of flat Earth.
Of the last decade of effort, death, triumph, humiliation, and sacrifice had been dished out to Armstrong and Aldrin in various combinations and at the worst possible moments. So when Neil Armstrong mentions he's got a 1202 error on the flight computer, sounds like just another routine hiccup. But here's the thing. Neither Neil Armstrong, nor Buzz Aldrin, nor any of the hundreds of men monitoring this final phase of this ultimate mission, none of them have any idea what a 1202 error is. They've never seen it before. The ground controllers have never seen it before, and it's never been simulated. There's never been a procedure written to deal with it. All they know is that halfway down to the surface of the moon, with 600 million people back on Earth listening live to their every word, they suddenly do not have altitude or range data from the flight computer. Neil and Buzz have just finished rolling their lunar module, the Eagle, from a Windows down to a Windows up position. Now, just a few seconds before the computer failure, they felt as though they were looking up at the moon as it scrolled gracefully past the two large triangular windows on the LEM. But once completing that scheduled roll maneuver, they not only cannot measure the distance to the surface, they can't even see it. They are as high above the moon as your typical commercial jet flight is above Earth. Let's say 30 Empire State Buildings stacked one on top of the other. And they have lost the only piece of flight hardware that had not been rigorously flight tested on a previous mission, their flight computer and their ground surface radar. Now, hadn't been flight tested because no one had ever had to use it before. At 33,500 feet, they are 15,000 feet lower than the point at which the dress rehearsal flight, Apollo 10, had aborted to orbit as planned. So let's just back up a second and listen to that again.
Program alarm. Looking good to us, over. 1202. 1202.
Put yourself in Armstrong or Aldrin's place. You're both standing in a ship about the size of a bedroom closet, not a walk-in closet, just a decent-sized closet. A few seconds ago, you were looking at the moon getting closer and closer, and it was not only getting closer, it was getting closer faster. And of course, it's not just the two of you in that fragile metallic insect that's hurtling towards the surface of the moon. 600 million people, every single person on Earth with access to a television set, are with you as well. 375,000 engineers, technicians, computer specialists, flight surgeons, lunch ladies, and bathroom scrubbers are up in the Eagle with you as well, an entire army of people who've given everything they've had over the last 10 years to get to these next 5 minutes. 5 dead astronauts, close friends, every one of them, are in that lunar module, and so is a young president who dared them to do it, shot through the head 5 years, 7 months, and 29 days earlier.
Yes. That
If they
is so maverick when you put it that
can't
way.
resolve this 1202 error, and quickly, it could be the end of the mission, the end of the promise, and perhaps the end of their lives. Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this series on Apollo 11 and the space race. Before we get any further, I wanted to share an important announcement with you. I partnered with Daily Wire Plus to create a brand new season of What We Saw. This time, we're keeping our feet on the ground and exploring the Cold War. This is an unflinching look at the 45-year standoff between Russia and the United States. You have to realize that for decades, people were kept in the dark about what really went on behind the Iron Curtain. The Cold War, what we in it, they are too low now to have time for a successful abort. They're either going to land safely or they're going to
40 feet down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Great shadow.
Now, for several seconds, the descent engine has been raising dust from the surface. Now, with 30 seconds of fuel left, there's so much dust, they can hardly see the surface in order to make the landing.
Wait, if they have 30 seconds left of fuel left, how the fuck did they make it back home? Like, was this, I don't know, is this more complicated?
But this dust isn't like anything they or anyone else had ever seen, not billowy puffs of smoke like on the cartoon landing animation some 30 seconds earlier. Now, this dust is being blasted out from underneath at high speed, looking exactly like it took a really high-pressure water hose and just blasted it down onto a concrete driveway. No one had ever seen this before, dust behaving like water. No one's ever seen dust move like this before because there isn't a vacuum chamber big enough to fit the lunar module, not anywhere in the world. And it's the behavior of that dust during the landing, during the moonwalk, during the next 5 landings, and during every single second of the 58 hours and 31 minutes that men have been out on the lunar surface that is excellent, irrefutable evidence in virtually every frame of video that the moonwalk took place in a vacuum. should see the steel and reinforced concrete walls of the world's largest vacuum chamber. Just Google space power facility. Those walls are so incredibly thick because the weight of the entire atmosphere is pressing down on the chamber, too small to fit the LEM into. The dust seen everywhere on the moon behaves like water because it's in a vacuum, and believe it or not, it is a much tougher engineering challenge to create a vacuum chamber the size of a movie stage than it is to actually fly to the moon. One of the 4-foot-long probes, like needles hanging below 3 of the 4 foot pads, has made contact with another world. Armstrong just kind of eases it in for another 2 or 3 seconds, then shuts down the engine.
Okay, engine stop.
Neil Armstrong speaks out the magic words.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Hate to be a spoil sport, but the first words ever spoken by a human being on the surface of the moon were not "Houston, Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed." The first words that ever were transmitted from the surface of the moon were these.
Okay, engine stop. APA at a descent. Mode control both auto, descent engine command override off. Engine arm off. 413 is...
It sounds like an Indian. Like for, you know, the tech support people. Like, dude. What it...
Kind of funny, really. The first confirmation we had that man had landed on the moon didn't come from the guys that landed on the moon. It came from Houston, Texas.
We copy you down, Eagle. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
And then in utter silence, Neil Alden Armstrong, age 38, and Edwin Eugene Buzz Aldrin Jr., 39, turned to each other, smiled, and shook hands. Now, they were too far away. They were way too far away to hear that avalanche of sound, that roar that shook the windows when tens of thousands of Americans who'd been sitting breathless out on the grass in Central Park rose to their feet and let go with the kind of cheering that I have not heard before since. Now, preparing for this 4-hour special podcast on the 50th anniversary of that amazing night has given me kind of an unexpected gift because it relieved me of a serious and worsening pain I've had as I got older. It has hurt me. It has actually crushed me, really, to see that more and more people believe that this event never happened. In fact, to be honest with you, it really pisses me off. But putting
more and more people? Where is that coming
together
from?
the material for
That sounds like the people who are saying that about white supremacy.
this 4-part podcast
No.
has made me realize why so many people feel this way these days. Look, if the moon landing were presented to me the way it's been presented to them, to most people these days, namely something that just kind of parachuted into our lives one day, then landing on the moon would have seemed like such an incredible feat, a near miracle, and therefore tough, if not impossible, to believe in, especially when people point out things that, while easily explainable, don't seem to make a lot of sense. Lack of stars up in the sky, for example. But none of us who grew up in the space age had any doubt about it, and we still don't. And that's because we have what people born after the moon landing lack, and that is context. So in part 1 of our 4-part series, I hope to show people who were not there just how matter-of-fact landing on the moon was to people like us, because nothing that happened from a 4th of July bottle rocket to one small step for man was really much tougher than the step that came before. Before I do that, though, let me try to walk you through what growing up in the space age was like and why so many of us paid so much attention to all of the small steps that actually got us to the giant leap. Now, if you really want to know...
Dude, this is very interesting and cool, but it's like... Yeah, at the same time, yeah, sort of who cares? Like, I know it is a sort of interesting topic, and he covers it in an interesting way, but, yeah, this live stream's been going on for a little fucking while, and it's, dude. Yeah, I do not think that got many views. I don't think my live streams are getting many views. I guess this is less clickbaity than fucking all that. Yeah. I guess I've learned my lesson. No more epic titles for y'all. I'm sorry for... no more epic thumbnails. I'm sorry for whoever that ruins it for, but yeah, dude, peace. I'm fucking pissed now. Yeah.